is last session, once I stuck it up on YouTube, the first words are fucking dwarf.
Yes.
And the thumbnail's also Malgern is grumpy. So here we are now in the fifth session of Rescue Beside Raxis. Last time, the party finally came to a hunting lodge. They enjoyed the accommodations, they dealt with the local wildlife, and they adopted a creature that will in no way have consequences or problems for the group whatsoever. Of a baby owlbear. Morning has arisen. The sun high, but the air still chill, and an incessant buzzing. A horrible buzzing. As there are consequences to smashing a window and leaving an open entry when there's dead animals hanging inside the building.
Thanks, Malgern.
Hey, it was either that or get eaten by spiders?
In a way, most of you had a restful night. Some more than others, such as the wizard who did not stir one moment during the entire battle. But as you all awake, you can witness things like a horde of horrible, fat, black-bodied flies crawling over the faces and diving at the eyes of the deer and the boars hanging from the rafters. And so we begin.
Oh my word!
Oh, he's finally awake. That's what it takes?
Why is there filled with such horrible nastiness in this house? Why
Because
is the window
Malgern,
open?
because Malgern jumped through the bloody window.
Well, that's not a very particularly smart thing to do.
There is when there are giant spiders outside.
Who said that jumped through the window? I like to picture it as a little dwarf-shaped hole.
Oh no, that thing is gone.
Yeah.
It is just fragments.
No, just to the wall. Just.
Strangely enough, in a way, it's actually the perfect size for a giant spider to climb through. So it's a good thing you killed them all.
Thing.
Has anybody seen Droop?
Droop is sleeping underneath the bed that Cornelius is just rising from. Still.
Oh, good.
Judging by the smell, I'd say he's somewhere nearby.
Just making sure he didn't get carted off.
Cut it off? By what?
The spiders!
What spiders?
The ones you slept through.
Well, why didn't you wake me up then?
Because... Oh, I'm not gonna answer that.
You're pretty much dead to the world. If you didn't wake up with Malgern breaking down the window, you weren't waking up to anything else we tried to do to you.
Fair enough. Now, where's the gentleman that, whose house this is?
Oh, right, yeah, me. Yeah.
Ah, there you are.
You slowly see the bundles of furs and a couple of blankets get pushed aside as up on one of the top bunks is the brown-haired halfling male himself, who finally looks around and witnesses the problems you guys have caused, while also solving some others. His face twisting a little and grimacing as he looks at the flies buzzing over the kills he was meant to drag to town. And then the open window. Oh, fucking hells. Who broke that?
It
One
was
of the
the goblin.
spiders, sir.
Yeah.
I believe it was the spiders.
Who's going to push the most on this lie?
Not me. I'm just like, I was like, yeah, it was the goblin, kind of in the back there, trying to hope that he doesn't. Not that I'm. You know what? I really wouldn't be scared of a halfling, so I don't know.
You know what? Just for that, roll me deception.
Hold on.
What, for the halfling or for himself?
He's rolling it to try and convince the halfling.
Oh, what the? My character sheet's all wigged out. I gotta reload it. Hold on.
He's getting less convinced as time dawdles.
Yeah. No.
Hang on, halfling. I need to find my convincing dice. Hang on.
I'm trying to figure out how to get back to my fucking character sheet. And why it's all blank.
Are you sure of it? What?
Oh, there we go. I'm an idiot. I figured it out.
You were clicking on the bio and pick bit.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was in bio.
That's right, I had to put...
Inception. Oh.
He looks at you. The unibrow is furrowed. You're gonna have to pay for that. And by that, I mean you. As he points at Malgern.
Can I point out that he did kind of save your life?
There's a door! The reason we don't break the window is because we need the window. Otherwise, there's a hole. Now we have a hole. If we just walk away from this place, there's still a hole. Fucking hell, you guys aren't gonna fess up to your consequences.
I was waiting for him.
I didn't do it, so I'm just gonna say
something.
And if I don't pay, looking at him kind of sternly.
Really? Really, you gonna try and
just
act the big man to the little guy here? You come into the lodge. Okay, great, you killed the spiders, but you've also fucked up the lodge.
I walk over to the halfling. I apologize for my short-tempered friend.
Good, you
How much would
should.
you- How much for the window?
Well, I mean, I don't know personally, but when we get to town...
I just take 2 pieces of gold out and give it to him.
Oh, great, a tip. Yeah, glass is a little harder to make than 2 gold's worth.
Well, I don't know how much it costs. I usually have someone else to take care of it for me. Well, I guess we'll find out once we get to town. By the way, do you know the way to town?
Yeah, I live there. I come here to hunt, and then I bring the food, which is now partially ruined, thanks to you lot.
Only partially?
Okay, let me think here as he just puts his hands on his head for a second. Hands scraping through his hair for a moment. Alright. You could use the table there. If you just lift that up, nail it in place, that might do for now. Okay? I mean, you're still going to pay for a window, but that'll mean we don't have a big gaping hole in the hunting lodge, and so nothing creepy can come inside, hopefully. Without us seeing, at least.
I think
Well,
you're
I
gonna
start
need
moving
more
the
bars
table
on the
wood
rest of the
position.
windows if you want to prevent that in the future.
Well, usually it's pretty sturdy. Usually there's not some armored meat lump of a dwarf leaping through it. Like, spiders are dumb. They don't really pick up on most beasts are dumb. They don't really pick up on a window being weaker.
I don't think it was armored, the wolf that went through it.
it was an unarmored dwarf, if I recall.
Yes, it was.
Well, I wasn't looking.
Yeah, you weren't. You were too busy pissing yourself.
But I'm pretty sure you're the biggest, broadest one who'd leap through there. Anyway, just fix the hole for now, and let's just get into town. You've got a cart. You've got a cart, right?
We do.
Good. Then the taller ones of you can sling down the bodies there, and we'll start carrying them through.
I start helping out.
I am a bit busy playing with the owlbear.
Yeah, the owlbear is just entirely absorbed in whatever minor distraction you put in front of it.
And I'm not.
I'm just doing nothing. Just fuck this halfling. I'm kind of just standing in the corner fuming.
And I'm looking, anticipating that everyone else is gonna pick up the animal corpses.
Okay, what do I have to roll for carpentry to?
For carpentry? Give me an athletics.
I mean, I'm proficient in brewer's tools. Can I brew a window?
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, a few of the nails are a bit wonky, but most of them are stuck in easily enough. Luckily, there's plenty of supplies of, wooden nails in order to repair any problems in the lodge itself. Yeah, it'll be a decent job, and the main thing is, if hunters return, they'll be able to see if the table's still up in the wall. That'll let them know if it's safe or not. Right, yeah, not bad, not bad. Okay, so let's move the meat and get the fuck out of here. The owlbear, meanwhile, has spent half of its time upside down, just pawing futilely at the air.
I'm just kind
I
of
hit
playing with it and cooing at it, saying, "Who's a cute little boy?"
It begins.
Drew, could you possibly assist our fellows with moving the meat?
You hear a very quiet, feeble little snore.
Well, guessing not.
Zazul will head outside and see to the horses along with Wolfgang. Make sure they're all good and ready to go.
Yeah, well, Castalia just walked in from her guard duty whenever most of you are waking up. Yeah, the horses are still fine. They've calmed down, they're settled. Ready to get going again.
Well, I'm going to move a couple of the animal bodies and I guess drape them over the horses so we can not need to cart them. We just kind of balance them on top.
Yep, simple enough. I assume you go
Kind
solo
of.
through the pathway. Don't wait for a party, just walk off alone, yeah?
I'm just loading up the horses at the moment.
Yeah. Once again, it's
Remember,
another half
we're
hour or
just doing it
so.
stealthily.
It's another half hour or so to nearly an hour. Nothing that costs you. Things seem quite pleasant. There's a little bit of mist clinging to the floor, but that's about it. And of course, the hems of your trousers and whatnot are soaked with dew. But you emerge back onto the main road you were traveling along. Your cart's still there.
Oh, good. Something went right for a change.
So here's a little question for you. The chunk of hive that Zarzul got, how is that being stored?
Oh no.
That's Zarzul's thing, not mine.
Yeah, it is. Zarzul, what clever thing did you do?
Yeah.
Clever? What are you talking about?
Embracing for bears.
I mean, at least he's honest.
Have you kept the hive on your person?
The hive piece.
Or did you just dump it in the cart?
Oh no.
I wrapped it in a waxed paper to store it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it probably was on the cart.
It was on the cart. That's good. No, that's fine.
Well,
Yeah, the cart's still there. There's no claw marks or anything. So y'all
How many
hop in.
bugs are in it?
how many bugs?
There's a handful buzzing about, but I mean, there's also just a lot of bugs at the moment. This is their last sort of rush before they all wilt away. But the moment you put Mr. Pufflesworth into the cart, he makes a beeline for that wax paper, claws tearing at the loose finish on the cart, and just starts. The moment he can get there, he just starts shredding at the paper with his beak to get the chunk of hive.
Whoa, hold on. And I try to not take it from him because I'm not that stupid, but I try to take him away from it.
Because I'm not that stupid, she says.
Give me a strength check.
Oh,
Goody.
yes.
This is a determined little baby.
Let's see.
Excellent. Excellent.
And you know what? I have a character sheet, so I can roll for it as well.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. So that would be a. Well, what was that? Strength check.
Just
Yes,
strength.
I'm intelligent. I know what I'm doing
And
sometimes.
for fun, here's the picture.
I
Just showing it the stream.
Aw.
Let's see. How will it be tough enough?
Oh, that's a save, not a check.
It's fine. You're not proficient anyway, so makes no difference.
That's what they tell me at work.
Oh, it was even. There's a tug of war between the two of you right now. It's making little cheap sounds along with a few weird mixed growls as it's just trying to stuff its face into the hive and shred it about. Give me another strength check.
Basil. Oh crap.
Oh, you're asking for assistance?
Oh yeah.
Alright, you got a chance. Give me your
I wonder
action.
if it should be animal handling opposed to strength, but oh well.
Well, at the moment she just said she wanted to drag it away, so that's strength.
Yeah.
I
that's-
wasn't trying to convince it.
Yep.
So I literally just call out, "Hey, Zarzu, a little help," and then I try to keep yanking him
Oh,
away.
I love it. It says Mr. Pufflesworth and it rolls.
Oh, there you go.
Oh. No, that's one way to do
You
it.
accidentally pulled it so hard you just launched it into the sun.
No, you managed to pluck it away securely, safely. It doesn't flail or anything. It just settles right back and looks up at you. Pleadingly.
With accusing eyes.
Yep.
Hold on, I will get you something. I just have to find what we've got.
I'm still on board with the Cornelius outcome. Owlbears in space.
While it's looking incredibly cute sitting in her arms and on her lap, the rest of you may notice there's a lot of deep gouges in the bed of the cart right now. They're born sharp.
Well, I'm glad this was bought with expedition money and not my own.
All right, what do we have that Mr. Pufflesworth can have for breakfast?
Pretty much anything.
I mean, what's available at the current moment that I can quickly grab?
Pretty much anything.
On that note as well, I did add something to the journal, a sheet you guys can edit for your treasury.
What's that?
So you don't have to worry about,
Treasury?
you know, having...
Yes.
Yeah. Don't worry about having one notepad for all of you.
Well, in that case, I'm going to get him whatever the most convenient item is that's nearby to feed him.
Oh yeah, I mean, Zarsul still had plenty of dead animal.
Well, it
Yes.
better not be my cask of wine.
Yes, because I want the owlbear to get drunk.
Hey, you just said whatever was behind was nearby.
That was suitable for a baby.
Mulgurn,
That would have.
give me an intelligence check.
Oh, that's a bad idea. This is a bad idea. He said the word intelligence. The one thing that's just nope. Yeah.
You get the feeling this owlbear could probably stomach that piss-weak elven drip they call Morden's Curl. It wouldn't be good for it, but fuck, it wouldn't get drunk on shit like that.
I mean, I don't really care about the well-being of this owlbear too much, so
How
whatever.
dare you?
I'm not voicing this. This is my voice inside my head.
I get one of the grouse that we I hunted up the other day and suggest not having the owlbear eat it in the cart. That might be messy.
Yeah, the halfling hunter notes that there's 3 horses. 2 are getting hitched up for the cart, and 1's by itself. He then looks at the cart and notices the owlbear, the kobold, the wolf. Can I ride saddle with the outrider? Who owns the horse that's not shacked up?
I do.
Excellent, that's fine. Can I ride in the back of the saddle?
Sure, why not?
Thank you. Thank you.
The halfling's riding bitch. Just giggling to myself.
And yeah, the moment it gets that pheasant near it, it's starting to paw at it clumsily. There's chunks of it coming off. It just grabs the neck and the beak and just snaps it in one go.
My word, I didn't know there was something that had worse table manners than Droop.
Hehehe.
Who's the cute little owlbear? Are you enjoying your breakfast?
Just lots of happy chirps and tweets. Meanwhile, Droop is he bats his chest proudly and just says, "Ah, but Droop learned magic to solve all mess problems."
Oh no.
Oh no!
Well,
So,
he's
so
thinking
do I.
Like,
So no.
No,
well,
no,
he's
I
thinking like a wizard.
I mastered prestidigit sparklies.
No.
Oh no, let him. He needs to learn. Go on, Droop.
Not with my owlbear.
As he's clambering up onto the cart, though, you do hear muffled due to it being from his pocket. You have 100 gold in 2 days in an upmarket city. What do you do to entertain yourself and revel?
What was that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
See? Nothing. She agreed.
Droop?
It's nothing. It was my pocket.
It was your pocket that started talking.
Yes. It's very noisy. I'm going to quiet it down. Don't worry.
Why did that sound like an object from that weird little gnome we met some time ago?
Coincidences are amazing things, and they can happen anytime and anywhere.
I agree.
You did not know that sentence yourself.
I read it in a book.
Read.
Anyway, we should get to town.
Brilliant
Oh.
idea.
But,
Oh,
you know,
should we?
if you had 100 gold, how would you celebrate and party and revel?
Droop, how much silver does there go to a gold coin?
Hang on. He's got his eyes closed. He's tipping his head back for a moment. The ears droop for a second.
This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea.
11.
Droop, empty your pockets.
He empties one pocket, and out comes the curious pebble.
I'm not angry, Droop. I'm just very disappointed.
Why? He didn't notice.
Get in the cart, Droop.
I already am.
Hmm. And I just start walking down the road, grumbling to myself.
All right. Anything else from the rest of you?
Zazzle will start tidying up his clothes and mending a couple of puncture marks from various things to make himself presentable when we reach the city gate.
At this point, I point out to Zarzul that I could handle that for him if he wanted.
Sounds good.
I have a spell for that.
Okay.
Let's see, that would be... Aha, I actually get to use this for a change.
Mm-hmm.
If I can find it.
Meanwhile, Droop is sitting at the back of the cart,
Aha, that!
looking at his blackened hand, trying to prestidigitize the suit away, but it's still clinging. And yeah, up to you if you want to describe it or not.
Just whatever little things is wrong with Zarzul's clothes, I start fixing them up for him.
Yep, there's been stuff there that you've had for months upon months. Incredibly bad stitching jobs, ones where you got a little bit neater, but just the thread falls away and the seam isn't even there. Holes patched up,
Nice.
including including those big ones by the shoulders where you were almost devoured by a giant spider. Almost.
Yes. Don't try harder, please.
And so you all trundle along. Some walking, some grumbling, some enjoying it, and some entertaining a murderous beast that is cute right now. And the road continues for quite a while. I mean, it was 5 miles to Valancia. Correction,
Friends,
Valancia.
do we have a plan of how we shall approach the city?
I would just like to point out that maybe Zarzul, you should probably chill with Droop and not come out quite yet.
Possibly, yes. We'll try that. People just seem so excited when they see me. It's rather endearing.
Endearing, right.
I move up to the front of the cart and just pull the cloak over my head and sit in the corner.
I mean, you're still a little dragon creature. There's quite a lot of your face sticking out from the hood. Quite a lot of toe and claw and tail. But hey, you look like a bundle of rags as well.
Mended rags. But
Mm-hmm. Doesn't fix the quality of the material, just fixes the holes. And
I
then
shall have to work on this.
an hour or two pass until finally you trundle up and you can see more people. Sort of. You can see a bunch of people shuffling and moving a bit like drunkards along from the north, down the hill and across the road. You can see that the road itself actually turns to the south, so you finally got there. You're at Valancia. And then the smell hits you.
The smell.
Even at this
Can
distance.
I identify the smell?
Mm-hmm. And as you get closer, you realize it's a lot of dead. The gates are closed, the walls are up, thankfully. And there's bolts being fired from the guard towers on either side of the gate. You see a horde of the undead, along with 2 rotted bears. And at the center of the mass seems something that's moving with a purpose, with an aggressive will. You can't really pick up on the words, but it is yelling out at the guards.
Well, this isn't going to work one bit. We're going to go in and fix that.
My word.
Everyone agreed on getting involved?
I think we shall have to show our credentials to the gate guards.
I don't think they'll care as long as we're killing the undead for them.
I think killing the undead will be our credentials.
This is true.
I think having a pulse at this moment would be a credential.
You know, it's a nice village. We just let anyone come in so long as you're not evil or a monster.
Can the halflings still see what is happening?
Yeah, that's him chipping in there as you all talk about the credentials to get in and talking about bravado lines. He's just saying, you can just come in normally.
I
Well,
lean to one side and point to the undead.
Yeah, I know, I can see that, so please kill them, please.
That's what I'm saying. Let's stop dilly-dallying.
Yeah, good idea.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna jump down and you guys can handle this, because I usually shoot deer. Sometimes pigs and sometimes rabbits. Not full-grown people that are falling apart.
What about bears?
No.
Very helpful.
Have fun. So he just scoots off.
As he's running away, I'm just gonna yell at him. Consider this payment for the door or window. Yeah.
You can't even remember what you bashed.
The
Yeah.
halflings-
Spiders.
And they have just turned around. You also destroyed the door.
And now I gotta add all these tokens.
If we're not looking at the door, it must both be destroyed and intact at the same time, right? Isn't that how that works?
I should have
It's not
pre-rolled.
Schrodinger's door.
Getting this feeling I should have
Yet.
pre-rolled all this.
We're here. We're learning. It's fine.
The monster manual.
Just a game.
Just a game, but yeah, I should have pre-rolled all these initiatives.
Yeah.
Let's see, there's...
Make yourself a note for next week.
4,
That's
5,
why we do
6,
these
7,
things.
8, 9, 10.
So, friends, do we have a plan about how we shall approach this, or just dogpile our way down?
I am in the firm camp of let's just hit things.
Holy crap! The elf says something that makes sense.
Oh dear.
Well, I usually go for the plan of let the people with the swords go in first.
Yep.
Yeah, he usually does.
Now's a good time to think about your strategies.
Well, I'll go
Well.
in second.
Gonna say. I don't know where we're forming up, but I'm assuming I'm gonna be in front.
You're gonna be right. You're gonna be right in this area where you started, because you're just riding up the place right now.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna be somewhere up front. Be nice if I had another, plate buddy to stand behind me or stand beside me up front, but
Yeah, but you need an actual friend.
shame about that guy. Died in a ditch. Terrible way to end.
Not unexpected.
Nice sword though. I'll give him that much.
Not even his. He just stole that.
Hmm.
I mean, you collectively stole it.
May I borrow this interesting crossbow of explosion?
Oh, Lord.
I think he is the best person to have that.
Also, he's
You
signed the
have that,
paper.
right? I didn't sign no paper.
I mean, he signed it, yeah.
You don't need no stinking cross. I think Droop signed it. Jesus.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had Droop signed paper.
Droop signed it.
Because I
That's
wanted,
a scary thought.
I wanted to make sure that nothing happened after signing it.
Yeah. The ultimate CYA. You, Goblin, sign this.
Although, if you want to be technical, he did sign on your behalf. So I think technically you're still held liable.
Yep. Meanwhile, I can tell you who didn't sign. Rain didn't sign.
Yeah, I did not sign.
I know I didn't sign.
The only person to use the crossbow did not sign. Interesting.
Oh, that. Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
Well, again,
I
not
mean-
my problem.
Just interesting. Read into it whatever you will. 1d20 plus 2. So yeah, roll your initiatives as well,
makes me
nerds.
think... Oh yeah, I should probably do that.
Wow.
Remember to select your token first.
Some great numbers from these fuckers.
That button.
No, you just select the token.
Yes. Yep, there I am. Okay. I was about to say I didn't see myself in the list. I'm like, I hit myself this time. I swear.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Droop will need an initiative. Well, no, he'll just act on Cornelius's.
Well, good job, Zarzul.
That's great. Run right into them. You're the advanced squad. Go for it. Full speed. Let's see, is that everyone? I believe so.
He's riding a dwarf. I mean, God damn it. I may be drunk, guys. My dwarf may be drunk.
What a surprise. Zarzul! Wolfgang's up first, not you.
I messed up. Wolfgang's actually supposed to be at 6.
At
That's,
6? Okay.
Because I had Wolfgang selected at the wrong time.
And so Zarzul's the 23, yeah?
25. He rolls twice.
Oh, that's
This is
right.
for
He gets
advantage.
advantage, yeah.
Unless, of course, this is broad daylight.
It is broad daylight, actually. It is... There we go. Let's fix that. Doesn't matter, though. You're still going first by miles. It is your turn. There is a horde of zombies marching towards the gates of Valancia. There's also one straggler, because there's always one straggler. They are rotten, they are festering.
Looking one.
What, sorry?
Is that one in the center there looking more important than the rest?
Yes. Unlike the rest, he is not actually a rotten corpse. He is a dried out husk of a corpse. Wearing armor, brandishing a greatsword. Let's see, roll me, what would it be, I suppose? Yeah, roll me, Arcana check. Yeah, you don't know much about it, but you're familiar with this as a creature called a wight. They are a much deadlier class of undead than a simple rotter.
Okay. I let my fellows know that there's an interesting and possibly more deadly foe mixed in there. And then I
Mine too, and a fork, and one of those plastic forks.
Focus, you two. And yes, what do you do, Zarsul? Alright, you move up there.
move up there. Yep. This is probably a stupid move because there's probably more coming from that direction, but never mind.
No, as far as you can see, it's actually clear up to the north.
Okay. And then I fire an arrow at the straggler.
Straggler, okay. At disadvantage.
14.
Yep, that is a hit. As you just funk that arrow right into its neck. I mean, it's gasping and all, but hey, it does that anyway.
That would be 9. So I have plus damage to undead.
Yep. And now you realize you didn't Hunter's Mark him.
I thought of that already, yeah.
You also didn't use the
It's all
crossbow.
good. No, I'm waiting for a few to bunch up coming towards us, then I'm going to lob that at them. Or the right, I did consider that as well, but that might distract a bit more than we want to start with.
Alright, anything else from your turn?
No, that's about it. I shout encouraging words.
It has no effect. Okay, and we begin, let's see, which zombie is this one? Ah, down here. Well, let's see here, yep. 2, 3, 4. Tries to get to the gate, but it's just flailing at the air right now. Malgur and Toravir, there are many zombies ahead. What shall you do?
Yes, do what you'll do.
Hold on, I was in the kitchen. What am I going to do? So I can get to him. We're gonna get to him.
Yeah, he's by himself too.
Yeah, because y'all are cowards. And character sheet. Is that a hit? 15?
That is a hit. And you're one-handing it, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, the lowest damage you could do. But it's a good hit as you just swipe through it. You can see chunks of flesh being carved off, the rest just sloughing off unsupported. There's tattered muscle fibers, there's broken bones, it's just a mess in there, but it's still shuffling and standing.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action and whack it with my shield. Trying to, let's see, can't remember how to do that off the top of my head. Do I do anything for that?
Yeah, you do. It's a
bonus
contested
action?
roll.
Okay. I would assume strength.
It's your athletics, if you've got.
Oh, athletics. Okay.
Yeah. Whereas I could roll my one with either the strength or the dexterity of the zombie. Not the dexterity of the zombie. The zombie managed to stay standing as you push into it.
Wow.
Just more
Surprising.
as you try to shove into the side, just more rotten flesh gives way, and you're almost staggered by it as you just go through it. Really, it turns a little, and you're taken off its side, but didn't really seem to be a damaging blow. As it just stands there, rotting in front of you.
I'm gonna stand there, holding my nose, because that's my turn.
You've smelt worse, mainly yourself. Zombie is going to march up here and start to bash at the wall. This one likewise. Taking them out of the cone of fire for the crossbowman on the left there. Castalia, you're up.
First things first, we gotta get rid of the white.
Racist.
I walked into that one. I advance, and why not? Shoot it with an Eldritch Blast.
Alright, you're going for the white himself. Alright. Sadly, that is not a hit.
White power.
Nope.
It just pings off wide. I mean, it's early morning-ish. You've had somewhat of a breakfast, but that buzzing was annoying. It's easy to blame it on those. Let's see, these ones. Okay, Tower Guard, which means I need to bring out my other sheet. The one for humanoid enemies. It's dubbed the True Monsters. Let's see here.
Most evil creature imaginable. It turns out it's man.
Yep. Turns out it's man.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's see, he's gonna FUD in one of the zombies at the gate. Oh, why is that? Ah, there we go. Well, he rolled a 19 and did 9 piercing.
I hit things. That's why I'm playing a fighter.
As he FUDs into this zombie here at the gate to the south.
Oh.
Let's see here.
Private message on Discord.
That's all he's got as he reloads for his next attack. Next is Ein Zombie Bear.
Oh god.
The white glancing to it, and he decides to send it up north.
It's German.
Despite being rotten and falling apart in the gut, it can move pretty quickly. But that's as far as it gets for now. Next up, other zombie, once again, is going to start bashing on the wooden gate. I mean, it's thick tree poles and whatever, but it's not going to last forever. Oh, next up is the zombie that's currently getting pushed about. Well, attempted to push about. And it's just going to swat feebly at Malgern.
Yep, it does.
Does 20 hit?
Yeah, I think it does.
Let me double check. I think my AC is 19. It does indeed hit.
Nice! The zombie actually manages to cloud Malgern across the cheek with its rotten hand for 5 bludgeoning damage.
Alright. So it does.
Yep.
You're gonna regret that.
That's all it does, though. That's it done. Alright, this one's going to do the same, marching to the gate. The guards, who you've noticed now... Well, yeah, you're close enough to notice now. They're dressed all in red. And they're even wearing red hoods over their faces. You can see their eyes, but the rest is all just covered in crimson cloth.
It's the Crimson Brigade. Where's Damodar? He's behind all of this.
Oh. He tries to take a shot at the same zombie his buddy shot at. And just manages to miss, sadly. Cornelius.
Yes.
This is not how you expected to arrive in town.
Okie dokie. I am going to move over here And I'm going to target where's the ping tool? How do I ping?
Oh, do you need a... How do I make one?
Hang on, I just dropped.
Well, what are you trying to do
Right
anyway?
Here, I've got to shoot with scorching rays.
You don't need the paint to mark a target. You can just click and hold to ping.
Okay, now it would. Okay, it wouldn't before.
You have to be on the pointer. Okay, you're going to shoot at the zombie bear.
Zombie bear. And let's see. Let's find this sheet here. Scorching rays, and it's. One for each ray. Oh, it's not looking good.
I'm
19
afraid
and
all
8.
3 of those miss. As we just... There's a couple of burnt tracks in the zombie bear's fur, but it just sails on through. Those were some awful fucking rolls. Oh god, the best you got was a 4.
Can I do since the Sarsul just pointed out that this was a weird white? Can I do an Arcana check?
Well, I mean, I let him do a card check because he's an undead hunter. So he's got some basis of knowledge on there.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah. I mean, you as a rich person, you haven't dealt with the undead much. That's for those common mercenaries to do.
Except for that one time.
At that one time.
At band camp.
But you know what? I'll let you roll Arcana.
No, it's fine. You gave a fair response.
No, okay. Rain,
There was that one there.
this is you in your element. This is
Oh,
what
yes.
you should be doing.
Yes.
So
this
don't
is what I
fuck
like
up.
to do.
If you fuck up, it'll be horribly embarrassing right now. Everyone will remember it. So no pressure.
So, I know that the white. I probably know the white's a white, right? Or do I need to roll?
Yeah, you roll me Arcana.
Okay. Boink.
Yeah, you know it is a white. That is a horrendous undead. That is... But it is an undead creature that still possesses its own mind, but is twisted to nothing but evil deeds. It is hateful, it wishes the extinction of humanity and all living creatures, and it's got a purpose behind it and can plan and is cunning. It's also able to control these monsters, but it's not the reason they're animated.
Alright, so I'm probably gonna want to deal with this mofo.
Mm-hmm. But you also know he's very dangerous. And up,
Yes, I am very much aware.
and you even know that if they're able to kill you just by touching you, then you're raised as another zombie for their horde.
Yeah, so I don't want to get anywhere near him. I'm going to be very happy doing this all off my own.
Ah, come on, show some bravado.
No, not that kind.
At this point, you're probably wishing you hadn't given the crossbow to the kobold.
No, I'm okay with that. Let me see.
As you can see, it's slung on his back while his bow is in his hands. Incidentally, if you're wondering, these 2x2 green blocks are trees. Because all I get to do is draw on blocks and polygons.
You have to pay for trees, don't you?
So, I'm going to move up here.
Well, I can freehand as well, but I mean, just look at how spazzy this road is.
And then, because I can't do what I want to do yet, I'm going to probably successfully piss off the white, and I'm going to cast at the white because I want him dead. He
Okay.
is a very big affront to me.
White power.
I was going to name one of his attacks that, but I held back.
that.
You're always trying to put the white man down.
Guiding bolt. As you fling it off, you're thinking, yeah, fuck you. But the problem is, as you shoot it off, you see it scrape a deep gouge across his shield as he manages to bring it up. Nope, actually, I take that back. I did give him a greatsword instead. So I have to adjust his AC there. Yep, that is a hit. Come to think of it.
Aha!
Yep. Because I was doing his stats before I changed his equipment a bit. So yeah, that's a solid hit as it just bashes him right in the chest. There's this horrible glowing hole for a moment. Not right through him, but you can see it's burned through some of the armor and just seed through him. Now let me double check here. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And yeah, he is now glowing faintly. And he took every bit of that.
Haha.
Downside, he turns from the gate and stares over at you,
Bring it.
pointing his greatsword at you, and then glancing to some of the remaining zombies.
Oh, that's fine by me.
Kill the glowing bitch!
I am not in the least bit phased.
Good. Anything else for your turn?
No, I'm probably gonna yell something about kill the white. That's gonna be what I'm focusing on. I want him dead.
Alright, the guards are going to keep up trying to get these things away from their gate. That's a hit. Six piercing, and the next one's going to try. Actually, that's a hit as well, because zombies don't have much AC. As another bolt thuds into one of these center ones, which is trying to bash down the gate. Lodging in the skull, quite nicely, in fact. Siegfried. It's bright daylight. There's nowhere to hide. There's some trees, I mean, but there's a lot of undead here. Thankfully, none of them are ghouls. They're all
Yep.
just zombies.
I'm going to use my bonus action to dash up to there,
Mm-hmm.
and while carrying the momentum, stab at the zombie.
Yep, good. Go for it. Luckily, you only have one bad memory of zombies. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And luckily for you, Malgern is between you and the zombie bear.
Not necessarily, but yes, it is definitely. It might work that way.
Well, I mean,
Anyway, that's all
fortunately...
my actions other than reaction.
Yeah, let's have a look then to see if you can put it down. Yeah, you managed to destroy it. You give a twist of the knife as you... Or as a short sword, you just drive it in through the neck, up through the back of the skull, and then just with a flick, you bash it upwards up the jaw and rip the head off. That is a dead zombie. Properly dead. In a way, it's just a corpse. Got anything else? Any more movement?
No, that's pretty much all of it.
Okay, and now I wonder if I made this map too big. Alright, this zombie is going to dash up. It's a quite unsettling thing as you just watch its arms flop and flail as the feet just gain a burst of energy and march towards you, stopping in front of a cleric. But I can't do anything yet as it has to settle for a moment. Wolfgang. It knows how to hunt undead. Somehow.
Yep.
It was a very enlightening experience the two of you had once.
It's going to try and tear into its prey. 22.
Yep, that's an easy hit.
Does it fall over?
I'll find out in a second. Let's see here. It does not, but it does take all of that piercing damages. The wolf, with great ease and disgust, rips through rotten flesh and just tosses it aside, spitting it out. Trying to yank at an arm to rip it off, and off comes one of the forearms.
Excellent.
Alright, now it's the White Knight's turn. And obviously, as a White Knight, it's going to focus on the female.
Logically.
With its white sight.
Let's see here. Yeah. Thank you for measuring that. Yeah, you know what? It's actually... Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna march up here. You can see him brandishing his sword, though, raised up high.
Excellent.
That's his turn. And then from behind him, thudding almost like an earthquake, is a much furrier beast, despite the bald patches. As it marches up to the small furred creature. This is a monster of the forest sheet, I think. Yep. Let's see here. Ah, yes, there we go. And first of all, it's going to try him. It's going to bite at the cleric. Actually, it's going to bite the wolf, come to think of it. 24.
Yep.
5 piercing. You got insanely lucky. And then, because it gets multi-attack, it's going to swipe for the cleric. And fail miserably. But it tried, and it will keep trying. That's the thing about these creatures, they just keep trying.
Just keep trying, just keep trying.
Let's see. Zombie. Let's... Yep, it's just going to do what it was ordered to do, and rush up. 1, 2... towards the one able to throw out holy light. And then the last 2 just march through the door. Or march through the gate, sorry. Zarsul, top of a round.
Okay. I'm going to use Hunter's Mark to mark the right.
Okay.
And then fire an arrow at the one by rain.
Ah. Straight roll, and that's
18.
a hit. Even with its improved AC from the partial cover of multiple allies between it.
Yeah, 10.
10 solid damage as once again another arrow thuds into a zombie. It actually tears off the already mostly mauled off arm. Still standing, but barely. But then, it already was. Let's see. This one also moves. You know, actually, no, he... 5, 6, yeah. Just gonna call this one over. Melgurn. There's a corpse at your feet and it's no longer moving. But there's other corpses still moving nearby.
Well, we need to make them unmoving. Oh. Giant fuck-off bear. And
2.
some more zombies.
And also the one with the great sword. I mean, it's an okay sword, but it's a great sword.
Yeah, but I can't get to him. But I want to be able to get to him, so we're gonna go down here, and we're gonna attempt to hit this one till it stops moving.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you do have a ranged weapon.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
Okay. I'll just delete that from your file later.
Yeah. There we go. Just clicked in the wrong one.
Yep, that's a hit. Effortlessly, in fact. Ah, good 12 slashing. You almost cut this thing in half. The spine's still staying there, and there's still some connective meat tearing as it just shifts around aimlessly, but... yeah, it's still going. You brought it low, though.
Wait, I see what you were getting at, but, yeah, shame.
Oh, you realize you had the tosser?
Well, no, it's not that, but I was like, the tosser does less damage, but I was like, it also does bludgeoning damage, and these are undead.
They're undead, but they're not skeletons. These are befleshed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so my +1 longsword technically
Yeah,
can
it's still
do
more damage. I'm just
but-
saying, you know, tosser lets you do it at range.
Yeah. Who has time for that shit? Bonus action, we're gonna try to shove this fucker to the ground.
Alright. I really need a bookmark. There we go, an old receipt will do. Yeah.
Only my shove could finish it off.
Well, it can't actually beat that, so yeah, you shove it. I'm guessing you knock it prone.
Yes, I do.
You make the zombie assume the position.
Let's see.
Is that your turn?
I'm debating. I still have movement left, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I went 2 squares. Can move 6 squares a turn. Do I want to go anywhere else? Guess we'll go over here.
Okay, the prone zombie will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh, he will? Oh, okay.
Yep.
You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a zombie, man.
Yeah. I was thinking if he was prone.
Sorry about that.
I think he makes attacks attacks at a disadvantage.
No,
Oh, fuck.
actually. Double check, but there's only... Like, it came up a lot. There's only 3 conditions for being prone.
Oh, I'll take the attack of opportunity, I say, as he fucking rolls a 20.
Yep. It's only movement options to crawl. Oh, yeah, it has disadvantage on attack roll, so you have a 12, does not hit. That's
okay.
right, I was checking on dex saves and whatnot. Weirdly, prone does not affect dex saves.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Weird,
that's
that.
weird.
that's what I was thinking of whenever we were checking it last week. So yeah, 12 just rattles off at the back of your heel.
Oh, good. Okay. Excellent. So I saw that 21 and I was like, well, fuck.
To be honest, I'm
That's like
surprised
fair.
zombies can even make attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. I was like, he's on the floor and... Yeah, I don't know. He could still try to grab my legs or something, I guess.
Yep, this pair of zombies on the left are just smashing their fists against the wooden fence or wooden gate. It's not coming unbuckled at any time soon, but they're making their presence felt. Castalia, you're up. Things got a whole lot more rancid around you. Hulking brown furred beasts, the white himself, and a couple of zombies. One flailing on its back a bit.
Huh.
Gotta make a call.
I know. There's so many targets to pick from. It's just
Yeah, you keep putting us in target-rich environments. Got a
So
point.
many targets.
I have to, you're a large party.
I
If you want, I could just bring in 1 or 2 major enemies instead.
no.
That sounds
I
terrifying.
was going to refute that, but then I realized, yes, there are 6 of us.
Yeah.
There are far more than there were last time.
Oh yes, I forgot actually. On Rain's turn, Mr. Pufflesworth did follow her slightly.
No!
Look at how close it is to a zombie bear.
All right, I'm going to.
And it kind of makes a sound that makes it go like.
It's amazing how much it sounds like prey.
I feel like Rain should have to make an intelligence check here.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast the bear.
The left one?
Yeah, the left one. We seem to have a lot of armor plate on the left.
Oh. I mean, you blast it, it feels it, but it's a big, heavy bear. It doesn't even budge. Plus, you know, it's dead, so it's not going to be flinching much.
True. But I hit it.
Yep. It's a hit, and it's not getting that health back anytime soon. Anything else from you? You still got your bonus action and your movement.
I'm gonna move right there. Just one more space.
Alrighty. The red guard up again. What the fuck? Why did that close? Let's reopen the true monsters. Yep, that's a good hit. And not that much damage. As it's taking these guys a lot of work just to kill a couple of zombies. But another bolt fuds into this one. It's getting low. Oh, it's a zombie bear's turn. Look who's all alone. But it doesn't care about Siegfried. It was given commands.
Crap.
It's gonna try and bite for the cleric.
Do I get an attack of opportunity here?
No, because it only moved
How it
through.
moved.
It didn't move out.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna use my reaction to impose disadvantage.
Well,
Siegfried might have got an attack of opportunity, though.
let's see the way it moved.
Yeah, I'm
Nah,
it
it didn't. It didn't really have a reason to go near Siegfried. But you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'll give you one.
Okay, I try and stab at it.
You got a good chance of it.
Yeah, but I already used my sneak attack for this round, so damage isn't going to be too high.
Well, actually, you can do multiple backstabs if you do it on a reaction. It's only on your turn, not a round.
Okay.
And yeah, it is engaged with someone else, so that's a hit.
Uh, 14 then.
Yep, nice solid 14 as it just runs past and you dig your short sword into the flank. You're thinking maybe I could just slice this thing free, but you hit a rib and your sword bounces out, but you managed a good gash along the side at least. And yeah, it tried to bite at Rain with not much success. So it's going to claw the big object beside it. 21. This is great. I haven't got to hit him so much in ages.
I know. Yeah.
The spiders hit less and you weren't even armored.
Jesus.
As it just brings this huge rotten paw down for 15 damage. To be fair, because it's Smalgur and he's a dwarf, that means the paw got to fall longer, reaching terminal velocity before it actually reached him to do the clawing.
There it is. There it is. There's the joke. Ah.
That's its turnover vote.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I bled this much either.
Yeah, let's see. That's
Not even if I still had Shield of Faith, he rolled a 21, so fuck.
Yep. That zombie's gone. Those two are still bashing at the gate, and the guards are still trying to clear their area. They can't really even think of helping you guys yet. But I mean, you guys were talking big. We're gonna show our credentials. Ooh. Can he do it? Damn it. The bolt fuds into the zombie's head. It stops for a second, completely unmoving, but then it just goes back to bashing again. The strange negative force animating it, keeping it going. And the red guard just curses loudly. In common. Cornelius! Things have gotten close. Things that are big have gotten quite close.
No, I'm not so worried at the moment, though. A bit of relocation would be in order. Actually, no, the small owlbear is probably tastier, so I'm just gonna stay here.
I will end you.
And instead, I'm gonna cast flaming sphere right here.
Okay. Oof. I'm gonna need some sort of shape, I suppose. Balls.
I can draw one.
Well, I mean, the problem is you can't move around a drawing. Let's see. Hang on a second. I can just foist up another token, but let me just make sure I don't spoil anything. Let's see here. Ah, yes, of course. Ribaldi will work. There we go.
And yeah, it creates a 5-foot ring. Anything that ends a turn in a 5-foot ring around it will take burning damage.
As a bonus action, you can also roll it into creatures.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now.
Yep. No, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna slam it into the white.
Okay, that'll be a dex save then.
Yeah.
11 does not
Dex
beat
save.
your spell DC, I imagine.
Nope, that's 14. So it takes 2d6 of fire damage.
Any other effects?
If it's flammable, it's on fire.
Actually, let's see here.
The sphere ignites flammable objects not being worn or carried, and it sheds bright light for 20-foot radius and dim light for additional 20 feet.
Yeah. Also, that's one you can actually drag into your spell list. It's in the compendium. For when you want to bump up the spell card or the damage. So, roll your damage.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to here. And I said 2d6, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's double check.
Ugh.
Yep. 2d6 in the beginning. I mean, damage is damage, as it takes another 7 points of flame. It's really not digging it either. As just Cornelius whips out, does a little flourish, a little gesture, but keeps it refined, very classy. Just scooping up his hand, then boom. A sphere of flame erupts right in front of a white, and then it starts to turn. It starts to spin on the spot, it starts to pick up speed, and then just boom, right into him. For a moment he's engulfed in fire, and then it rolls back in place.
Yeah, and the sphere keeps going there up to a minute or until I get knocked out of concentration.
Yep. Any commands for Droop?
Protect the owlbear.
Droop, for a moment, looks quite nervous, and let's see here. Yeah, he takes you literally. And so he marches.
Oh no!
Do my best! Now I have to bring out Droop's character sheet.
I believe he has -3.
On pretty much everything. But he's going to try. He stretches out his blackened hand again. It starts to shiver and twitch for a second. Starts to build up for a moment, becomes almost a blur, and then it crackles with lightning as he tries a shocking grasp. And just swipes, but unfortunately it carries too far, and he ends up touching his own shoulder.
Oh no!
There's a yelp, and he just falls for a second. But he's fine, He gets back up again, he's a little trooper.
He's probably used to it by now.
It tingles. Rain, you're up.
Oh, wonderful. I'm going to turn undead.
There's a lot of horrid, fetid breath around you right now. So let's see here.
Yes,
so...
I want to turn them away.
Yep. What's the range on that?
I believe it's 30 feet. That's why I was
30.
waiting.
Yep, 30 feet. Okay. So let's see here. And it's a wisdom save, yeah?
Let me double check. I think so, though.
Okay. So these two, first for the two zombies, they both fail. Do they immediately do it or on their turn?
Let me look back up. Then it's their turn.
Okay, it's on their turn. Alright, let's see. This. Nope, nope. That'll do for being frightened. And now for the zombie bears. What is their wisdom mod? Wow. They're zombified though, so they wouldn't have that. So just a flat one. Left one succeeds, right one does not. It's fucking terrified of these mystical energies pouring out. And for the white, let's see. Yeah, surprisingly doesn't have turn resistance. Huh. Quite a few undead get that. 14. Does that beat your AC or your DC?
That would be. Hold on. As I open the wrong sheet.
No worries.
What is it that it's trying to beat?
Your spell save DC. So it'll be on your spell page in the top right. Well, top middle, really.
It's equal to.
Yep, so he succeeds. He is not turned.
Drat.
Yep, but I mean, you managed to scare a bear. And both zombies.
Yeah, that's pretty successful.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the zombie that's eyeing your pufflet, but you know. Anything else? You've still got your bonus action.
I'm promptly going to tell Droop to get the owl bear back to the cart.
All right. It's time for these guys, the Crimson Guard. There we go, True Monster Sheet. And those both hit. Because they're fucking zombies. Let's see, they were aiming for this guy. Okay, so... that one is dead. As the negative energies finally cease in the corpse. So let's see, that leaves the next one. 8 damage, good hit. As another bolt funks into one of the center ones. They're making a decent display of themselves.
The DM said, patting himself on the shoulder for doing good damage against one of his own monsters.
I said this, like putting in helpful NPCs just feels like I'm pushing my action figures together while everyone's watching. But you know, they're doing a good job. You've got to congratulate them. They're living creatures in this, even though they're just in my head. But they're awesome. One's called Roderick and the other's called Cedric. Anyway, Siegfried, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to move there.
Now, Siegfried, I will tell you, you've got some light knowledge of clerics. Like, Turn Undead is a very famous ability that they have, just to be... And you do know that the effect ends if you hit the creature that's been turned.
Okay, could be interesting. Well, I'm going to stab at the zombies on the ground, I believe, anyway.
Yeah, he's still prone, so you got advantage. I mean, even when he gets to his turn, he's not going to run far.
And seeing as I get advantage, I still get a sneak attack.
That's a hit. Ooh. 14 damage. I mean, it could still do this one, so let's see. Wow. It actually succeeded. So yeah, you drive your sword in. You think for a moment that the light has gone out, those horrible red pinprick eyes, but they just flare up again as it just gasps at you.
Okay.
You almost put it down, but something's just holding it there.
Yeah. I'm going to give my help action. Let's see, who do I give it to today? We'll give it to Rain.
Okay. This zombie is going to try and run away from you all. By which I mean this zombie. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anyone going to attack it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're going to go for it? It is... Yep. Well, who's going to attack it first?
Good
Well, the
question.
wolf has already made the move.
Yeah, but it's not first come, first serve.
I am rather ticked off at it. I might be inclined to hit it with my mace.
Oh, make your roll.
That's a hit. It managed to survive that hit.
Does that include bonus damage for it being... Oh yes, not a skeleton. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a skeleton. So, Zarzul, you're still going to have the Wolfgang bite it?
Yep.
Yep, okay then. It's another d20. Let's see here. Oh yeah. You managed to... Rain, as you lash out with your mace, you manage to catch it on the back of the head, and you just see the head spin as all the ligaments in the neck tear free. The head is sagging down, completely unsupported, but it's still managing to try and run until Wolfgang leaps. It sees some of the exposed flesh in the back, it jumps, and just bites down and pulls the biggest selection of bone it could, and the spine is ripped free. The zombie's torso collapses in on itself as the ribcage falls away, just ragged, tattered, rotten flesh, and it just collapses and halts. Round about here. It is properly deceased. Good teamwork, guys.
Woohoo!
Murder! Woo!
Wolfgang, you're up. I mean, sort of.
Time for Wolfgang to take on a bear.
Yep. A zombie bear.
Somebody's gonna need mouthwash.
I'd like to point out, it was hard to find zombie bear art for some reason. The only one I could find is the zombie bear with the shark fists.
Baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo doo.
17.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Really?
There's-
I find a lot. I find
Yeah,
a
for
lot
some-
of good zombie bear art.
Yeah, for some reason when I was Googling, it just didn't come up.
I feel like you should have went with the one with the shark fists. That just sounds amazing.
I did. That's the one this is.
Oh, that's what this is?
Yeah, but I cropped it.
Just can't see that. Crop out the best part.
Oh, it is actually knocked down as well as Zarzul just chomps right in.
The wolf.
Zarzul?
No, Zarzul does it by his
And
mouth and
Zarzul.
claws alone.
Zarzul suddenly has a bad taste in his mouth.
But yeah, Wolfgang basically takes a moment to size up the opponent, realizes it's a little too tall right now, so charges bodily in against one of the forelegs, looking how it's so tender and loose and ragged. Biting down, tearing, pulling it in, and the bear just collapses. Still violent, still angry. Just pushed on an urge to kill. But it's knocked down for now. Good dog.
Bringing it down to size.
Mm-hmm. I assume that's all for Wolfgang?
Yep.
Alright, it's the white's turn. It's not liking how this is looking. So it's going to move past the flaming ball and march up to the cleric.
Hi!
Would I get an attack of opportunity there?
Nope.
Nope, because he's still in your attack range.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
He's going to sneer. You can see there's no lips, there's no soft tissue left at all. It's just horrible, pallid, clinging flesh to a skull. and just this horrible fetid breath pouring as one hand comes off a sword to reach out for Rain.
Oh heck no.
Oh, that hits.
Oh. Oh.
You take 9 points of necrotic damage and, well, actually, do a Constitution save.
Oh. No bueno. No bueno.
You still take the 9 points. And sadly, you don't manage to succeed against it. You also reduce your maximum HP by 9.
Ooh.
Oh. Alright, so.
Wait.
Temporarily or permanently?
Until the target finishes a long rest.
Oh.
Wait, does the damage hit before or after the HP is lost?
It's basically at the same time. That's why you do the save.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, she didn't lose 18 health there. That would be dickish. Yeah, it's a simultaneous thing. And then
So.
it's going to grin, seeing as that horrible, like, you can feel some of your veins withering and bursting. As he just managed to put a hand on your shoulder, you can feel this horrible numbness and dull throbbing spread out among your tissue. And still grinning, because of course he can't close his mouth anyway. And now watch how to do the rest of them. As he brings a sword down towards Malgern. The closest one to him. Holy shit, I'm rolling really well this week.
Life.
Yes!
Armor, why?
As you take
God
8
damn it.
slashing.
Oh, am I gonna need the second wind here? I just might. Shit.
As that great sword just smashes against you. He didn't even bother to bring down the edge. He just brought the weight of it onto you.
Oh, fuck this guy. Am I right?
Everyone hates a white knight.
Oh.
It's the zombie bear's turn, and it's a dumb, undead creature. It's still going to try and attack, not even bothering to get up. Monsters of the Forest, there we go. So that's disadvantage. Oh, first of all, it's going to try and bite at Droop. And hits. 12 piercing. Ooh.
Oh.
As for a moment, you all watch as Droop almost vanishes inside this creature's mouth as it bites down on him. You can see the top of his head and his feet as the jaws close in. When it pulls away, he's still standing. But he's crying, he's shaking, he's screaming, and then it tries to lash out at the wolf with one of those huge dinner plate sized paws. And misses, hits nothing but air. There's a lot of goblin blood in its mouth, though. Incidentally, Droop rolled really well for his hit dice. Alright, is that one of the... Nope, that's this zombie. Were you worried or something? It's going to rise up and try and swat at the investigator.
No, I was just laughing at the gift that Bridia has.
I linked the far.
Ah,
left,
yes,
It gets
far
eaten
quad.
by the fucking. No.
Wow. 8 does not hit Siegfried as it just paws at him.
Oh yeah, he doesn't get hit. You know, God damn it. Fuck it, I'm wearing leather from now on. Apparently it works better.
Let's see, which zombie is this?
That zombie is taking 2.2 d6 of damage. It ends the turn inside the ring.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
9.
Fucking hell. I'm rolling too well on this. It survives.
Alright, I demand a recount. You were
It
rolling
bursts
way
into
too well.
flames. Pretty much all of the skin is gone. You burn down to the muscle tissue. And it's still standing there. Horrible red gleam blazing through the fire surrounding it. These guys are going to continue bashing. Zarzul! Top of a round. Things are getting kind of complicated.
And kind of owie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
party's hurting a bit for a change. Yes, die, you fuckers, die.
I
I
feel
mean,
like Captain Hammer. So this is what pain feels like.
I don't like pain. It hurts me.
Yeah.
The question is, how stupid am I feeling? But never mind. Could I wield the crossbow and use the powder?
Yeah,
Or would
it's
that
your
be a
action and your bonus.
action yeah, I was just meaning as a bonus action to wield the crossbow.
No, that's a free action out there to swap. Because you're just planting your bow in the dirt beside you.
Okay, we are lighting this white up, I hope.
And,
Uh-oh.
and
Yep,
at the end
you-
of the action, there's just a giant crater where the combat used to be, and the game's over.
Yep. As he just wraps his long clawed fingers around the back end of it, and then reaches out with the other hand, twizzles the nozzle, and who are you firing at?
The white. 14.
You're aiming for a white.
Don't miss.
He didn't roll a 1, so
You
I
take a moment. You're used to bowstrings. You're not a big crossbow man. I mean, that's kind of advanced, and for some reason people are reluctant to let you hold one. You take a moment, you gather your breath. It's just like picking off a rabbit, right? You can see the white ducking in between Rain and Wolfgang and a bear. And then you press the lever. The powder has coated the bolt. It sails through the air. It burns. It almost sizzles the stubby but slightly pointed ear of Rain as it just whizzes by. However, it does sail all the way past to the zombies, lodges in the gate, and blows a chunk out of it. Not enough to make a hole, but some of the surface wood is gone.
I have a question.
Yes?
Doesn't the archery bonus get added to that light crossbow as well? Because he's only rolling a +7, not a +9.
Well, you should have added that in. Yep. Okay, then you hit. This is why you add those proper numbers in. Well, actually, hang on, though. Let's just double check. It makes a difference between a hit or not. I'm pretty sure it applies to crossbows. But let's find out here. Yep, just ranged weapons. So it also applies to slings. Alright, then you actually hit. So you should have spoke up sooner. Roll your damage. And the 1d10 of fire. Yeah. Alright, so we rewind a little bit. That's what could have happened if Zarzul had pressed the button at the wrong time.
Wait, wasn't it 1d10? There you
Yeah,
go.
it was.
Yep.
He's also got Hunter's Mark.
Yep. He does a lot
Two
of
on that
damage.
as well.
You just did 19 damage in one press of a button. But yeah, he took a
No,
calm moment.
21.
He thought about how he pulled it right now. The windage would blow it aside. It would strike the gate. That wouldn't make friends. That would make enemies. They're the opposite of friends. He wants friends. People that scream with joy when he walks into a room. People that yell and jump up from their chairs and welcome him. But they throw him all these lovely drinks and free snacks. Some of it's a bit rotten and eaten, but, you know, it's free. And he watches as Rain manages to dodge to one side as the right continues to grab at her, and it strikes true. Lodges in the white's hip. You can watch for a moment as it's just reddening around the wound, and then as the internal explosion bursts inside it. The white is almost knocked off his feet and is brought very low, sagging forward, having to reach with one arm to try and hold itself together for a moment as the undead flesh tries to knit together from the horrible necromantic energy flowing inside it. That hurt. That hurt a lot.
You did remember to add the +2 for undead damage.
Smart arse.
And now the white is dead.
No, he's still standing.
He's got 1 HP, doesn't he?
No. I'd call that a Malgurn if it was. 1, 2, 3.
Oh man, I don't know whether to be proud or ashamed that I'm my own fucking adjective now. Or verb, as it were. Parts of speech. Hard.
It's very hard for a dwarf.
This zombie just tries to stagger its way to be relevant, dashing full speed. So that's 2d6 of fire damage. It just got the order, run towards the cleric and attack her.
Only problem is there's a dwarf in the
7.
way, and a Siegfried.
Yep, also a fireball. But, you know, they don't care about that. They're fucking zombies. Mulgurn! That sucked. That was bad. This has not been your day.
That did suck.
It's maybe you gained a little weight during your merc travels, but it feels like your armor isn't covering as much as it should.
Ugh.
But you know that can't be true because it's magical, so it resizes to fit you. But still, that
Yes.
maybe it's just a magic. You know, magic's unreliable. You know what's trustworthy? A sword. Even if it's a magic sword, it's reliable because it's a sword.
Let's see. What's the?
It's not a hammer, but you know, it'll do.
Well, that white is pretty down.
Yep, you're surrounded on all sides as well.
Yeah.
Fortunately, none of them are looking at you.
Surprisingly, yes.
I mean, the white's giving you a bit of a side eye with a sneer, although seems some of his cockiness is gone right now.
Well, let me have a. We're gonna just finish off the white.
Do a bit of cleansing, if you will.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh
waiting
yeah,
for
he's
that.
fucking dead. I hope.
And it's a 19 too, so it's working properly.
Yeah, I know how to change it now.
13 damage, and it turns out it was unlucky for 1. While the zombies had their undead fortitude, a white was meant to stand on their own power. And you brought it to the end.
Hooray!
As you just drive your sword down through its chest. Right, you know, starting at the collarbones and just driving down. And then you keep pushing until it's on its knees in front of you. And then you push even further down, so now it's shorter than you. And you keep pushing, and then you just nut it. And draw your sword away. You're done. Anything else for your turn?
Yes, actually, we're gonna take a deep breath here.
Oof.
Block my life. Well,
No, it's a
better than
plus.
nothing.
Well, it's a +4 anyway. So you're.
+4. Okay, so 7.
Yeah. Not bad. Also, I'd like to point out that Action Surge is not an action or a bonus. It's an entirely free thing.
That is true.
That's what makes it so good.
Let's see, what is that? Let me just read what take an additional action. Okay. May have to think for a moment.
I mean, to your north is a scared bear. To your south is a burned zombie. 2 burned zombies, really. But I mean, Siegfried can handle the one right beside him. And there's a bear on the ground.
So we're gonna action surge, and we're gonna hit the bear to my north.
The one that's afraid?
Oh, is that what he's afraid?
Yeah, it's
Is that what
afraid.
that means?
It's afraid.
In that case, I'll swing for the zombie to my south then.
That's a hit. 12. I mean, you try the same trick this time with a zombie, but the problem is, as you're pushing down, some of the ribcage and sternum is breaking around you, and you manage to take the front chunk of a ribcage off with you. It doesn't descend, but you know, it's a bit more concave looking now.
Is that calculated with the damage you got from the fire? The +7?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took the 7 away.
Dying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna say fire. I don't do fire.
Not yet.
It was just that.
Who
it was
set my
just-
sword on fire?
It was just when Chorus went forward after I had done the roll, it didn't know if he had acknowledged it or not.
Nah, don't worry, I made sure, because that zombie was undamaged, but now after this, it's down to single digits.
Okay, fair enough.
I thought you were gonna say single point, and I was about to get very angry.
Yep,
I was ready for it. I heard single, and I was like, "Son of a!" You said digits, and I was like, "Oh, thank God."
single digits.
Yeah,
Castalia,
yeah,
you're up.
but-
as the zombies continue to batter at the gates. They've got no other orders right now. That's all they're doing.
Our white friend is dead. Wasted my critical.
You can see that the bear is afraid.
Pretty much would have done better doing it.
A strange divine energy pouring from his eyes. There's still one on the ground. The white is down, and 2 more zombies harassing you.
We thought there might be a white on P, but we couldn't be sure.
Also, Droop's nearly fucking dead.
Yeah, I'm targeting that bear, but I'm also wondering if I can grab the one zombie
Ah,
on Malker and with it.
Don't worry about him. He's be fine.
Yeah, don't. What were you thinking of doing?
I want to try to shatter the bear and the zombie right next to
Alright.
it.
Let's take a look here in the compendium.
Shatter is a 10-foot circle, I believe. I have a link to it. Hold on, I'll just click it.
Alright, it's in the compendium as well. Let's see. Yeah, 10-foot radius sphere. So, yeah. Easy.
Alright. Yeah, that's the space I was looking for.
Yeah, basically.
Alright.
Con save for both of them. First, the zombie. It fails. It takes 13 thunder. So now it's got to roll again. Fuck, it managed to succeed. Despite all this rip-roaring sound just battering it apart, it's still standing, mostly flayed, but existing. And now for the bear. Oh, it's the same modifier. It fails. It fails as well. Excellent. It's just this huge lumbering beast is just fucking shifted around by this colossal, horrendous noise. Wolfgang's ears fold back. Pufflesworth is almost ready to turn tail and run from that. And yeah, that hurts like fuck for both of them. Is there any extra effect?
Let me check the...
Yeah, let me double check. Let's see.
If it's made of inorganic... non-magical objects that aren't being worn or carried also take damage.
Yeah, it's not been... Oh. Non-magical objects also take damage? Okay. So,
Non-magical that isn't being worn or carried.
yeah, I mean, is it being worn or carried when it's on a dead creature? I'll let you have it.
Well, if it was on the white isn't affected.
Yeah. Well, that was a good go. Again, zombies are tough to put down. Mulgurn, Cornelius, and Siegfried, you all know this lesson well.
And that's it for my turn.
You know what can easily put down a zombie, though, is radiant damage. Yeah, it was a good turn. You tore a chunk out of that bear. Most of it, one side of it just falls free. More from the bowman. Let's see, which one's this? On the right side, okay. Just bolt after bolt into these fuckers. Fucking Christ. I might have to stop rolling for this. But it's the rules. And that zombie survives. Next up is Ein Zombie Bear, who's going to run.
So that's Ein Zombie Bear. Is the other Zwei Zombie Bear?
No, that's Dry. You haven't met Zwei yet. He's hiding in ambush. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. There we go.
And all the way home.
Well, I'm going to take a check of opportunity on it as it goes past, but
You
I think
are?
Rain gets first shot at that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, true. Actually, I might actually leave it just because I don't want him to get mad at me.
I mean, unfortunately, his last orders were kill the cleric, kill the holy light.
Yes, I'm not touching him. I'm letting him run away.
He'll be back in greater numbers.
What kind of undead expunger are you?
Yeah,
I'm the kind that's intelligent and knows to focus
but
on
if
what's
you
in
let
front
him
of
go,
her.
he'll be back and in greater numbers.
No, he's just gonna come back to kill the holy light at once he's finished running away.
It won't take long. He just has to get behind that tree.
Exactly. That's why I'm just gonna focus on killing the guy in front of me, who is ticked off.
Decisions, eh, Siegfried?
Yeah, well, it's running past. If I attack it, will it still get to where it's going at the moment before, or will it stop just as is it just out of my range?
I'll say since it's such a big lumbering creature, it'll just keep barreling along.
Well, well, I won't get a sneak attack on that because there's no adjacent allies. I'll let it run.
But only because of a D6, not because of range concerns.
Pretty much.
Alright, that's the bear's turn over.
Anyway, I got zombies to worry about at the moment.
Yep, there's still quite a few of them. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one's dead, so I can remove him from initiative. Red guard. Fuck's sake, did I close that sheet again? I did. True monsters. On the bright side, they've not been missing, but they've just not been able to finish the job. Because, hey, it's tough to do on zombies. Especially with the fucking luck I've had. It's also really irritating because whenever I have to make a con save with my characters, I tend to fail. I tend to roll really shittily despite massive modifiers. Bright side, though, that's another dead zombie. As he just managed to finally take the head off with a high-powered bolt. Cornelius,
Yes.
you're up. Your fire orb is still there.
Yeah. I'm gonna hurry on down here, and I am going to, let's see, where is it? I am going to use what's it? Thunder Wave in a 15-foot cube in front of me.
Yep.
I'm gonna angle it downward a little
Yep,
bit
you get
so
to-
it only hits the bay.
Yeah, you get to choose which half a side is facing you.
Yeah. So yeah, so it doesn't hit the group above me, so I just angle it down a little bit. And it's a...
It's a con save.
yeah, it's a con save. Well,
Yep. I mean, it still takes
Right.
damage
yeah. I had hoped
to shove it. Yeah.
yeah. I wanted to shove it away from group.
Also, remember in your spell list, you can set to have it display a spell card or the attack. And most of the regular spells are in the compendium, nothing in Xanathar, sadly.
Oh my fucking god, and even only 3 points.
Wow. That's amazing. It takes 1 damage.
Man, my spell casting is not doing it today.
Droop's almost doing better.
Yeah,
I don't know,
almost
he's the one
dead.
he's lying on the ground bleeding.
Oh, no.
He just ate all his blood.
No, he's not lying on the ground, he's just standing there. He's got this mile-long stare. As blood
I was about
profusely
to
drips
say-
from him.
Is he going to try to get the owl bear back to the thing like I said, or is he going to ignore me?
No, he's gonna try. Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna use his bonus.
Opportunity from the bear and die.
No. As a goblin, he is able to disengage
Oh,
as a bonus action.
that was the,
He does
wow,
so,
this
and he
rule
tries to.
applies to me as well.
Let's see. Actually, this is gonna be a test for the ages. Droop
Owl
strength.
bear first.
Oh, a crit
Whoa!
success. Fucking hell.
Oh, I feel like he needs theme music for this.
No. The first result is Droop, the second result is Pufflesworth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
It is a
Congratulations.
battle of wills between the two of them. As Cornelius and Rain get to watch as the profusely bleeding and weakened Droop musters up all his strength to try and shove the owlbear back. And it's just sitting there. It's just got the paws up over his ears. It's trying to shake away the noise, and it's just too heavy for the horribly fatigued and blood weakened.
Oh yeah. When I did the thunder wave, that also created a noise loud enough to be heard 300 feet away.
Yep, and so was Shatter.
Well,
Droop tries to
know
blink
we're
through the
here.
blood, and instead will do a stone toss at one of the zombies. And luckily, let's see actually. Yep, it's a sharp one. It's a miss. By 1 point, it's a miss.
Oh.
As the pointy stone just sails past the leftmost zombie. It's a bad day for Droop. But he looks to Cornelius with tear-filled eyes and just knows he was told to protect it. And so he stands where he is.
yes, that's perfect. The Rocky music is playing.
Yeah, let's see. These two are still going to plink at zombies. Do a better job
I
than
would
Droop.
like to point out I got skipped.
Oh, did you?
Wah, wah.
Yep.
Oh, sorry about that.
well, because it was my turn, and then I mentioned Droop, so then we did Droop, and then we skipped me.
Yep.
You don't get a turn. You're too worried about the owlbear.
Well, you can decide what you're
No,
doing while I play with my
that's
action
fine.
figures here.
You see, that's why I get a turn, is because I'm scared for the owlbear. And that big F-off bear.
You're just a grown man bashing two action figures together. I hope you realize this.
Yeah, I am. I know. It's fine, though, because they're doing a good job killing these zombies. They've got... You're going to inflict wounds. Oh, nice. As you just
On the
reach...
big F-off bear.
As you reach out to the bear. It is a hit. You just grab hold of its snarling, flailing snout, just pressing your fingers in deeply as you think about all the pain Droop went through and all the pain this thing has caused just by existing. Your fingers seep through the rotten flesh past the falling fur, and just blackness, just horrible, corrupting blackness seeps out from your fingertips and through its face. The meat immediately just starts to just fall aside. You can see bear skull. Bear skull. One of the withered eyes ruptures. And you can see just ligaments and tendons falling loose. A couple of vertebrae even unshackle free from the back end. It's just this horrendous mass of rotting energy goes through, continuing to work that should have been happening to it naturally in a ditch. It has, just for fun, it's got 2 HP.
Aww. Should I do it? Should I do it?
However, Mr. Pufflesworth,
Oh!
seeing you attacking it, realizes that it should have a go as well.
No!
Is he gonna get the kill, Steel?
I forgot to put attacks in for this. It's a hit.
Here it comes.
Let's see here. What would an owlbear baby's damage be? Probably the same as Droop, come to think of it. Actually, no, I'll be sort of fair. It just tries to reach out and swipe, and then falls over. It tweets a bit in distress. as it tries to flail its limbs and get upright again.
I do have a question. So since I have my movement and bonus action, as a bonus action, could I try to shove the owlbear out of the way so he's not there?
He's
Yeah, I'd
he's
let-
all the
If I
way
move.
over there. You can't reach him.
I can reach
You have
him.
to-
If I...
You have to push the wolf and Droop in order to shove.
Well,
No,
I was
she
gonna
can-
use my movement.
Yeah, she can move through her spaces. I'd say for your yeah, I'll let you scoop up the owlbear because it's helpless right now.
Okay, so that means I'd probably move over here.
Yeah, you
I
move
guess,
where
and
the
I'd try to-
owlbear is, and it basically moves where you are now. So just punt yourself to the right there. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
As you just got this big, chubby, helpless owlbear in hand.
And then of course I pet him.
Roll out on the handling with disadvantage. It's a battle right
If you're
now.
done playing around, we could use some help.
To be fair, she rotted most of that thing's fucking head away. You can-
Just a fucking owl bear.
And I did a lot of damage to the white,
Yeah.
and I made the other bear F off.
Yep. Cleric's time to
We'll be
shine.
back in greater numbers. I know how this works.
Go for it, Ziggy. That's a hit. Oh, good. It's a good chance of me failing this. Yep. Once again, you decide to repeat the same flourish. Stab it in blunt ways. Twist. Lift the head off. And again, the zombie falls.
That's not quite right. Oh, no, the damage will be wrong. Okay.
Hmm?
Offhand
you've-
attack into
Yeah.
the other one.
Okay. Well, just roll it anyway. I can just look at the die result. It works. 5 damage. Everyone else had such trouble putting these down. But you, Siegfried, you know. You chop the head off. And then one flourish with 2 blades. Just one in each hand as you just swing them out like a Y. They're gone. The zombies fall.
What's everybody's problem?
That guy's fucking dead. That guy's a dog, and it's his turn.
The internet, nobody knows
Wolfgang's
your
had
dog.
enough of this. 18.
That's a hit. Give me your damage. Alright. Unfortunately, it's a tough old bear. Still ripped the chunk out of it, but there's a lot more there.
I bet it tastes amazing.
The white is fucking dead. It's the zombie bear's turn. It's still not going to get up. It can't really right now. It's just going to swipe blind because most of its head has just been reduced to a spongy mess. It's gonna bite Cornelius. Well, attempt to. And fail miserably because I keep getting 8s on this for some reason.
I don't even have to throw. I don't even have to use shield.
And then it's going to claw the wolf. Is that a hit?
That's a match. 15. Yep.
11 damage.
Oof.
Is Wolfgang upright?
Barely, yes.
Really? I'm pretty sure he took double digits before this.
Took a 5. Hang on. It was at 18. Then went down. And now it's 2.
Okay. You're lucky there, because Droop was going to be result 2. That's its turnover, though.
So close. So close, bear. You tried.
The zombie's dead. This one's still going, so are these two. Zarzul. It's the 4th round, I think. Which just so this means all this has happened in about 18 seconds.
That's not how time works.
Yeah,
That's not how any of this works.
Really doesn't. Yeah, the moment you think about how this works, it doesn't work at all.
I know what they were going for, but damn.
Yeah.
Zombies just entered a blender. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to move the hunter's mark over to the wounded bear lying on the ground. And fire a longbow shot off at it. Let's finish this once and for all, I hope.
All right, as a normal roll, 13 is a hit. It survives.
Yep, it's 15 damage. Damn it.
Oh, yep, that's right. You're +2. You kill it. You've really got to put that in. You put in the damage type 2 if undead.
Yeah. Is that... Yeah, okay.
But yeah, that pushes it over the threshold. The bear, most of it just falling apart. As you unleash the arrow, it sails up through the air in a parabola. A lovely, graceful arc, and just lands squarely in the bear's head. But then it just, as it lands and just lodges in the brain, it keeps sinking or inflict wounds, keeps doing its necrotic damage, and just, it flows out as a mush. Unmoving. It's a heap of slurry right now. Still got your movement.
Yep. I'm going to move forward behind the wolf.
But yeah, I think at this point we can say combat is over because 3 zombies doesn't have a chance against all of this.
The other bear's not coming back?
Oh, that's right. I'd forgotten about him. Thank you for that. Yeah, is this one of the zombies is still kicking? No, it's not. It gets out of the initiative list. Mulgurn! Not a lot happening right now. Everything's kind of dead.
Yeah. We're just gonna... say, that's about 30 feet. I'm running the fuck after that bear.
Gonna chase him down.
I was going to heal you.
The town guards can take care of the other shit. I want this bear. That's about all I can do. Well, technically I can sprint, I guess, but...
You can sprint or you can hold your action.
I'll hold my action. See what happens.
And the trigger is to swipe at the bear if it gets close to you?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna get the tosser out. Drop the sword, get the tosser out, and hold.
Alright, once it gets within... Well, you don't... Yeah, once it gets within short range. Okay. Are you gonna swing for long right now?
I'm gonna wait for short.
Okay. Let's see, is this one of the still surviving zombies? Yep. They're not making a whole lot of progress on this gate now. Castalia. A lot happened.
We're really running out of creatures. Let's see.
I mean, I did throw a lot at you. This combat's lasted most of the session. I was in 2 minds of whether to run this battle or just go straight into town.
Let's see. Each square is still 5 feet, isn't it?
Yep.
Alright, that's good to know. Perfect. It is exactly as far as I thought it was. then I can move up and shoot the bear.
Mhm.
Because Eldritch Blast just has that much range.
Also, it's a bad idea to get close to an angry bear.
Yeah, but I'm rolling terrible today.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
full of
that's
bad ideas.
what happens when you. Yeah, come to think of it, that doesn't actually hit. I mean, it's close. It's very close, but not quite. As you manage to blow off a chunk of bark that just sits on the bear. And you watch as it shuffles for a moment, it just slowly falls inside it.
Nope, that's it for now.
Okay.
Thank you, Mouse. I did not want to leave the game.
Town Guard, continuing their attacks. I mean, eventually these guys are going to handle this problem by themselves anyway. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll just off-screen this bit. They're working hard. They'll be handling these zombies. Meanwhile, it's Ein Bear's turn. However, it's not been hit, so it just runs behind this tree. And now it calms itself down. It is no longer scared of the light. Skip the town
Does
guard.
it still want to kill the light?
Oh, it still wants to kill the light. That it remembers its order. Cornelius, there's a lot
Yes.
of rotted, filthy beast in front of you. Disgusting.
I just look at Droop and said, "Good attempt," and then I fire off, try to fire off scorching rays at the bear.
I mean, it
Oh,
basically
I
have
hit
full
behind the
cover
tree.
right now. That's a tree in front of it.
And you fire off all this at the tree.
Yeah.
Start a brush fire.
Yeah.
You could always roll your orb.
Roll. Oh, I don't think the orb. No, it can't get all the way over there.
Yeah, I can get there. I can get a little bit. The
I
bear
can
is
use
still
the
pretty
bonus
healthy.
action to just, I can use the bonus action to move it there.
Yep.
Let's see. I guess how far was it? I think it was 60 feet I could move. Or was it just 30? Hang on. Just take a look. I can move it 30, but I can throw it at 60. Yeah, just move it around.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
There.
Ping where you want to go. There we go. Yeah, I forgot you don't have control of a token.
And then I'm gonna take my head. I gotta take my hand inside my jacket and pull out my wand of magic missiles. I'm gonna fire off 3 charges.
Drew really hopes that you remember the time he jumped into the water to get that for you.
I do.
Because he really feels he should be appreciated a little bit more right now.
I did also. I said to him, "Good attempt," and then I pulled this out and then fired.
No, not just from Cornelius. He means from everybody. He's really hurting.
Oh.
Anyway, roll your damage. You do have enough. You can see enough of it to cast magic missile.
So how many missiles is it that I'm shooting? Because I said I shot off 3. So is it just 1 magic missile, or is it like?
Let's see here. Luckily, I still have the Lost
Alright,
Minds of Fendelver book
Does
handy.
it count like as if I cast magic missile 3 times? So it's 9.
No. It just
My
adds an
God.
extra level to it.
Oh, okay. So I cast it at level 3, basically. Or what?
Yeah. Which makes for 5 darts, I think it was.
Yeah, 5 dots.
Each 1d6 plus 1.
E6.
No, sorry. Yeah.
1.
No, I was misreading. That was the charges bit.
Yeah, 1. 2. Wait, oops, that's the wrong one. That's
Yep.
a dagger. That's not.
Going for distance, are we?
1, 2, 3.
4, 5.
Hang on, is it?
No, it's rolling a d4. It's just rolling
What
bad.
the fuck?
There you
There
go.
we go.
Oh,
What?
there we go.
What the fuck is going on with these dice?
Hey, you guys want to do roll 20. So, 12 damage altogether is just... I mean, you don't hear much noise from it apart from just pathetic growls and whatnot, but you do all get to see the odd scene of these wisps of green energy just sailing off. They also split up and go around the tree in different directions, and you just watch as there's lumps of the bear coming out on either side as these forceful bolts just punch holes through its rotten carcass. Any movement?
No, but I am going to start looking at my hands and I'm wondering what the fuck is going wrong today.
Sometimes it's just not worth getting out of bed.
Yeah.
Alright, Rain, you're up.
Alright. I'm going to move up here. And for the poor wolf, who is half dead, I will... Da 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 da.
Droop just looks at you with tears gushing down his face. Remembering that conversation you had the previous night, how we had a connection, a bond, but you touched the wolf
I'm
instead.
going to tell Droop that you are next.
The doctor will see you now.
That's what the
After
bear...
the wolf.
I'm gonna say you are next, because the wolf is gonna go help with the other guy.
Ooh.
You can stay here and protect my bear.
The stinging.
Okay. He tries to give you a thumbs up, but he can't actually raise his thumb right now.
Due to it being in the stomach of the dead bear.
He may have lost a digit. Alright, bonus action, movement. Any further? You still have Mr. Pufflesworth in your arms.
Yes, I'm just going to stay there with Mr. Pufflesworth, the dog, and Droop, because I do plan on healing him next turn.
It's just kind of like a big cat. It's just, it seems like the mid body is just stretching. It's just dangling there.
I feel like she's using her bonus action to pet the owlbear.
Yes, I'm cuddling the owlbear, because he's probably terrified.
These guys are handling a simple problem. Siegfried. Your turn.
Okay, I move up to next to Malgurn. And let's see, bonus action, help for Malgurn, and really just in case the bear comes towards us, so I'll hold my action off.
Any specific advice? Because it worked real well with the
let's see.
spiders.
It looked weak on its left side.
There we go. Wolfgang, you feel a little bit better. The nice-ish lady touched you, and now you feel better.
I'm nice to Wolfgang.
She's still holding that monster in her arms.
Bork.
Okay, as a bonus action, Wolfgang wags tail. And then moves up to join the rest of the frontline forces.
Possibly not there.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Damn it. Yeah, because don't forget that gnome is actually a fiery ball. I'll need to get a token for it.
Yep,
I was wondering what that was supposed to be.
You guys have to tell me what spells you're taking so I can get the effects prepped.
and that would be movement and turn. Hold attack just in case, but I don't think it's going to use it.
Alright, top of a round, Zarzul.
Okay, probably not going to be getting an angle on that. Okay, I shall use healing touch on Droop. I don't know why, but never mind. Sorry, cure wounds.
Ah.
You get 3 healing.
You feel almost twice as good.
I don't think that's necessarily a good thing.
He has 7 HP right now.
Yep. Okay.
Thanks,
Move.
Scaly Buddy.
Move up there.
Yep, you can
And,
get a shot.
move, and move Hunter's Mark across to the other bear. I probably can catch an edge there.
Ugh. Damn effects scrolling off screen. There we go. Alrighty. Malgern.
Okay, not much I can do here, so we're just gonna keep chasing after this bear. Because even if I am in range, I think that tree is in my way, so...
Yeah, partial cover, I'd say. Just a 2 to its AC.
Oh, but it's beyond 20. Oh, fuck it. I mean, what do I lose from not trying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how does long range work?
Well,
Is
for
it
one thing,
disadvantage?
it's a straight roll because Siegfried is helping you. Ah, I caught you that time.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Didn't forget this time.
So just make a straight roll then?
Yeah, straight roll. That's a hit. As you put away the sword and just think for a second, then out comes the small hammer. There's a small fitful of smoke from one of Castalia's pouches. And you just gear up, you bring your arm back. No twirling, because twirling is for sissy boys. And you just hurl it head first. And there's this resounding and beautiful crack and as you hit the bear right in the back of the head. It ducks down for a second, it's forced, and it didn't like that at all. I think that was an accurate noise. Castalia, you're up.
I'm advancing there and readying an action that, well, can I? Yeah, I think I got line of sight on that bear, correct?
You do?
Alright, I'm going to shoot the bear with Eldritch Blast laced with Grasp of Hadar to try and drag it out from behind its tree.
Okay. And that just happens by itself, yeah? No
Yeah.
save?
No save, it just hits and it's dragged.
Get over here! As you just... It's kind of weird, Malgern, as you stand there and you watch this blast of... It's bright, but it's mostly darkness. It's mostly a black light that still makes you wince. It still seems to hurt your eyes a bit. It still seems to cast a light, but it's all darkness. As it just sails through the air. But instead of just being a bolt, it's a full-on line starting from Castalia's hand. And as it smashes into the side of the bear, it coils and spreads around the shoulders. And then she doesn't even move her arm as the beam itself just constricts and hauls the thing out from behind its cover. And that's a lot of bear to do that to. It's still barely there. Aha. But it's there.
Fuck off.
It's also its turn. As it manages through one bleary eye to see, well, through one rotting eye actually, to see the tendril just rolling back, so it decides to charge. And it's going to take a swing at both of you.
Alright.
It's going to bite down the tiefling. Pathetically.
I'm gonna impose disadvantage on this.
I mean, no. For one thing, you're not close enough, but also, that's pathetic. And it's going to try to swipe for Malgern, and finally miss.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Finally. If you want, you can impose advantage. You can just take it.
No.
Man, I've rolled like shit for these bears. Cornelius, you're up.
Yes. Since I've been throwing so atrociously, I'm just gonna settle for throwing a firebolt at the bear. Level.
That's a hit. No, that's actually a hit, and that is exactly the damage it had. But yeah, it's still going. Droop, feeling a little bit better, is going to get closer and help. And let's see here.
Someone tossed the goblin.
It's a pointy rock. But it's not full range. Or...
And he hits Malgern in the head.
No, it's just... He froze it, but it's too good a shot. He just couldn't help doing a trick shot, and it just threads through the holes, blasting it inside by a magic missile.
But it was a critical failure.
He's proud of him. Yeah, but that's what the D20 is for, to see if he hits anyone, but nah. But he's proud of himself for a second, and then realizes, should have actually hit it. Shouldn't have just gone right through. Whoops. Rain, you're up.
Well, I am not a liar.
Also, you can click and drag a box, and you're able to control Mr. Pufflesworth.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I
think.
manually dragged him. And then for poor Droop, I did promise Droop.
12 healing.
He should
let's
feel
see.
much better after that.
Oh, yeah, he's at max.
Max power. It's a name you love to touch.
But you mustn't touch. Let's see. Anything else you're gonna do?
I'm gonna tell Droop, see, I promised you.
He grins. Now feels a lot better, but you can still see the massive holes that were made in his clothing of where he got bitten.
And I'll also point out to him that after we're done with this, I can help him fix those.
Ooh, fantastic! Droop hates sewing. Always get pricked by needle. Also,
And that ends my turn.
Pufflesworth is going to squirm.
Oh. Bufflesworth.
Can I use my bonus action to roll my eyes?
You can, but that'll put you at disadvantage because you're not looking at the bear. Alright, Siegfried, you're up.
I stab at it.
You do. Is this going to be the day he gets the nickname, the Zombie Slayer? It is. As he just drives the blade in. For once, no fear, no worries. Just efficiency. You just realize, yes, take the head off, of course, it's so simple. Mind you,
There's a town over there. I can get drinks.
Yep. It takes a bit of stabbing, to be honest, because it's a pretty thick, beefy neck, but you manage to lop it off. And it just falls dead.
Well, at this point, Siegfried, perhaps you should have taken the clerical wows.
Oh man, a clerical rogue.
Multi-class.
Casting blessed every opportunity to kill himself.
Yep. Just Just follow me in the confession booth. Backstab, backstab, backstab. Sleight of hand on the collection plate. But yes, you have successfully fended off the zombie horde and defended the gates of Valancia. The guards have managed to finish off the rest of the zombies. Just pitted and punctured with bolts. And they wave you over. Oi, over here, come on.
Can I spend a minute to do a natural explorer check to see if there's any more zombies around? Or undead, as it were.
It's a 5-mile radius, yeah?
Yeah.
There's a lot to the north. There's a just a blinding beacon of undead around there. There's also, you can also feel quite a number to the south.
I'm supposed to know another cantrip.
None of the town is a bit more distant than that. But yeah, up north there's a lot of undead. Or at least some powerful undead. It's hard to tell. Could be quantity, could be quality.
Why do I have
Okay.
a feeling it's that dude?
Could be both.
What, dude?
Wait, the one...
Him and Ghost.
Yeah, that one.
I have no idea who that is.
No.
We never did anything about him, did we? We couldn't. He pretty
You
much...
worked for him.
Well, yeah, 'cause we had no choice.
He paid you.
Yeah, I mean, he did. That's true. Oof, this is...
He gave Siegfried his nice shiny ring.
I'm just having flashbacks right now. The dwarf is thinking, and that's dangerous.
Well, are you expecting all of your mistakes to come back to haunt you?
Yes?
Yes.
Good.
I mean, you already had the red ropes up here on the fucking ford. Another problem we never got fucking solved.
Okay.
Because spiders in the forest.
This is all terrible. I want to go home.
At this point, Corvus might as well just be a quest designer for The Witcher about consequences.
Yeah, welcome to the sequel. The decisions you made had an impact.
Unlike EA, decisions matter.
So the great thing is, well, Malgern, Siegfried, and Cornelius are sort of setting their jaws. So is Droop, in fact, as they look at the red-cloaked guards. The rest of the party has no fucking clue.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed when you described the guards during combat. I was like, wait a minute, oh, fuck my life.
Yep. They just look... I mean, it's a distinctive uniform. Look at them.
We know these people. I mean, yeah. No.
Hello, friends.
No! God damn it!
Holy shit.
I might be grinding my teeth so hard I may have broken one.
There's a bit of chatter between the guards in there. They're not aiming their crossbows at you, but they're not really pointing them away either.
It seems to be more undead to the north and possibly the south as well.
Any of you lot get bitten?
I'm not sure.
This is terrible.
Being bitten won't affect very much. I fixed that problem.
We're meant to believe that.
As a cleric, she should know.
Yeah, I'm a cleric. It's kind of my thing. I go running around killing undead things.
Right. Yeah. Right. I suppose. Yeah, you did fix that goblin for some reason. Right. Anyway, get the fuck in here. Come on. Keep your hands where you can see them, of course. You can bring your card in too and your horses. And
Yes, we have a survivor from the Hunter's Lodge. They were attacked by spiders or giant spiders. They were
very
nasty.
very casually and nonchalantly, the halfling hunter walks up, stepping over the zombie bear, jumping across one of the zombie corpses. Yeah, they fucked up the lodge. They broke a window. but to save me. I mean, they didn't save any of my mates, but to save me and that owl bear. Yeah, they fucking love monsters, these fuckers. But yeah, you can let them in. They're all right. Maybe that one is as well, as he's just sort of nudging his head towards Zarzul. But you know, they're all right. They're not dead. They're not dead. So that's a plus. Anyway, open the fucking gate. I want to get out of here. Just standing impatiently like he needs to take a piss. As slowly the wooden gate starts to open up. It's been dented and bashed, but it's still holding firm, because, I mean, hey, the white forgot to give the zombies any tools.
Before going in, I'm just gonna search the white.
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing.
Give me an investigation check with advantage, as Rain helps you, despite Mr. Pufflesworth also trying to just scramble away and just chew on something.
19.
As you raid him, you find the great sword. It's a bit of a nasty design, quite a few spikes around the hilt, but yeah, still a fine weapon. Better condition because a white has to, survive with it, so it's actually viable. The armor and all is a bit too rotted and too part of the body, really. As you sort of rummage around, you realize some of the plating was actually sticking and coming off the bone. A few belt pouches you managed to find. 230 gold. You also find a handful of small gems, a couple of very small little rubies, like thumbnail size. They'd be worth, well, if you showed them to Siegfried, he'd say they'd probably be worth about 15 gold apiece. You find about 6 of them.
So wait, could you say that again? I'm gonna put it in the thing.
Yeah.
6 rubies. And
6
that's
rubies were 15
230.
gold apiece. But they're quite
230
decorative. They're nice.
How much a piece?
15 gold apiece. They're small but pretty flawless.
And then how much money?
240 gold.
There, I went ahead and put it in the treasury.
A lot of the coins are quite old. A lot of them are actually from the Sword Coast. You can recognize a few of the faces on them, but in general, yeah, local currency's still good. Let's see. Yeah. Looking for my notes to see if I actually put anything else on this guy. Let's see here. Yes, you also find it's actually wrapped in a horrible bloodstained cloth, but it's a silver hand mirror. So it's the kind with a handle that you actually hold.
Wait. Silver hand mirror. Wasn't that something that the Hermit Ghost wanted from that wraith? Wasn't it like a hand mirror or something? Can I do an arcana check or something on the hand mirror?
If you want to inspect it?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, I'll give you an arcana check. It's very finely crafted. Looks like a lot of extra effort was put in. This is something possibly some potential arranged bride of Cornelius's, something of that caliber would actually own one of these. And you have to admit, as you look at it, handsome devil.
Can't say I'm surprised there.
I ask him. I ask him if it's magical.
Not as far as I can see.
Well, can I take a look at it just in case?
The trust.
I don't trust him.
I look doubtfully, but I'll humor her.
I'm going to look it over and see if I can tell if it's a normal mirror or not.
All
Will
right.
that also be Arcana?
Well, remember, Arcana is to sort of pick up and clue into spells and whatnot. It's not really detect magic. But you can still roll for it.
Okay. I did even worse.
You've looked better,
Well,
but not too shabby. You're holding up pretty well.
Well, I mean, I did have 9 hit points drained off of me and all
Yeah.
that fun stuff.
As you're trying
well,
to
Professor,
inspect
what did you find?
as you're trying to inspect it for runes and etching, you get a little bit distracted. You're noticing that hair's out of place, and there's a little scratch underneath your chin from where Mr. Flufflesworth caught you in the morning.
I noticed that I look like an undead person.
No,
about
it
it.
is your reflection.
I know, I'm more making a snide comment about
Oh.
the fact that I look really bad.
Hello, friends. Where is the nearest inn in town? I asked
Well,
the guards.
it's not as simple as that. Anyway, you can just come in. You can fend for yourselves, all right? So, might be simpler for you. You might have a room, but we'll have to make sure. So, come on in first.
Excellent, excellent. When my party members feel like moving again.
First. Go in first.
So I'm going to bring Pufflesworth with me because I want to get some food out of the wagon.
Gonna
Yep.
move up to the next tree.
Okay, I leave the horse and wagon in. And
By
check
yourself?
for stables. Well, seeing as these guys don't seem to be doing squat.
I'll be heading in.
I'll move slowly, but I'm tipping the head just slightly lower. And imagine Troop does a similar, but notices he doesn't have a hat, but he just kind of keeps his hands over his eyes.
He's
or
actually
something.
pulling at a tuft of his hair. He pulls it a little too hard and just falls away in his hand.
Am I noticing certain members of our party aren't possibly acting normally?
I mean, you've only known these guys for a couple of days. Normal's quite strange for him. I mean, one's a fucking wizard.
This is true.
But you can
Oh, I'm hitting-
roll me an insight. You are picking up that these cavalier and reckless sorts of seeming just not really caring about the consequences. Yeah, they're acting a bit strange. Their guards up. You don't know why, but
Okay.
maybe they're just not good in a town until they've been to the pub.
This could be true. They may be lacking in alcohol content.
Yeah, I mean, you
find
just
that
slaughtered a bunch of
makes
undead.
adventurers much better.
Yeah, you just slaughtered
I
a bunch of
don't
undead.
feel-
You're still up for combat.
I don't feel particularly safe, but I'm petting Mr. Pufflesworth and trying to give him a little snack.
Oh yeah, he's just putty in your hands. Literally, in fact, he's just spilling around. There are moments when you
As
question
all
if it even
bears have
has a
been known to
spine,
do.
as it just seems to flow in and out of your arms.
I take the White's greatsword and help to lead the horses and cart in.
I follow the cart in.
Yeah. As you do, you can notice behind the gate there are several more armed men in the red hoods and bandanas. Not armed with crossbows though. They've got a sword in one hand, shield in the other. And beyond them, you can see that it's not a big town. It's kind of small. And in the center, what looks like a market at first is actually a campsite. There's a myriad of tents, many different types, some cheap, some expensive, and there's a lot of people milling around. Most of them just sort of hanging about, nothing to do. The rest of the area actually looks very nice in comparison. The buildings are actually kind of strange too because it's half and half, as in there's halfling homes, quite small, very, very rustic looking despite being on paved roads and whatnot. And then there's the human buildings, which you're also used to. And then you see some of the human buildings actually sort of overbuild and get a floor above a halfling home, and then down the other side. And there's a good 50-50 mix of it as well. It's kind of strange because mostly halflings, they don't really build their own style. They just move in with humans, or well, humanoids. But in this one, there's definitely a bit of a partial Shire feel. And there's quite a few patrols of those red-cloaked gentlemen. But for the 4 veterans, it's not oppressive feeling. There's definitely a despair and despondency in a lot of the people, but it doesn't seem to be coming from the guards, mostly. There's still quite a few wary glances, and there is some guy getting shoved around a little bit. But it's not what you've seen previously in Fendelver, or Phandalin. And yeah, as you ride on in.
Is there stables or inn or somewhere we can park up the cart?
Well, as you reach near the square, which is it's one street you're on. It's quite a small town. One of the guard waves you down. He's a bit fancier looking, as in he's got some gold trim around his red hood. He says, "All right, newcomers, right? I'm gonna need names. I'm gonna need where you're from, and I'm gonna need those horses in that cart."
I'm sorry?
Well, I'll solve it.
We'll...
The fuck are you?
We need...
What is
Right,
that?
sir, and the great Stanzel from Ankh-Morpork.
Right.
Have you not heard of me?
No. Never seen something like you before either. Okay, think about this a bit, Right. Did you come from the east? Are you retreating from war?
No, we're not retreating from war. We're just passing through.
Passing through. That's fantastic, right. Okay,
You should alert your guards. There appears to be possibly more undead to the north and south.
Yeah.
It is worrisome.
On that
We
note-
helped with the ones outside as we could, but
Oh, did you now?
yes, there are more out there.
Yes. They're showing interest in the voice. You can't see it in his face whatsoever because of the hood. But he is starting to look over the rest of you, how you're armored, weaponed up. Right, boss is going to want a word with you lot. Because you're mercenaries, adventuring sorts, right?
Yes, we are. We're in search of work at the moment.
He's looking to the full-grown humans, the tiefling, the dwarf. He's looking at the half-elf. He's not looking at the kobold, who seems to be speaking for everyone.
At this point, since I figure he doesn't care to listen to Zarzul, I speak up, and I introduce myself and say I'm Rain, a priest of Kelimvor, and we've come to travel. We're just passing through.
Oh, healer, that's fantastic. But yeah, we could do with a bit of a hand, because as it is, well, this lot here, bunch of Raxians. Apparently, we had to come from there as well. Big war, we got hired to protect them. Then we came to this village, and the boss decided we should settle down here for a bit. Autumn's coming in, got to harvest, got to stock up, and then winter will pull in, and no one's going to survive a trip down to the coast like that. Especially not these bunch of unprotected bunch. Especially these bunch of unprotected peasants. Although, there is a few rich types among them. But not anymore, though. Doesn't count anymore once you have to leave your home. Oh, what the fuck am I saying? Anyway.
Let your gold carry with you.
Yeah, well, gold don't mean much if there's no food to buy. Also, don't matter with those fucking zombies crawling out of a woodwork.
Zombies are something I'm very happy to help with.
Excellent, excellent. So, alright, so, let's see. Yeah, go down to the livery spot. That's the stable you can make use of. We used it ourselves. You'll be able to get your cart and horses there, and then room and board. Fucking hell. Most places are full, and a lot of you are too tall to make use of the places that are empty. Probably the kilt and stirrup. That's about the only one left. You might get a room there, but it'll be one room. Otherwise, you could always take your chances camping outside or in the farmlands to the south.
I suppose we'll make do. Yeah, I suppose we'll go over to the stables and we'll make sure the horses are settled and we'll head over as you directed.
Yeah, but tell you what, the boss will want to have a word with yous, and we could do with the help. I'll let you get yourself settled, fed, watered, and whatnot. I'll be around, yeah, after second dinner time, because fucking halflings have this thing. But you'll hear the chime of the bell anyway. It's in the church. Once it chimes about 5 times, then I'll be on my way to meet yous, and I'll take you to the boss. It's all right.
Sounds very good.
Good. Also, keep that on a leash, as he points at Wolfgang. Keep that on a leash, as he points at Zarzul. And keep it on a harness in a box in a cage. Just don't let that thing wander about, as he points at Fluffle.
Don't worry. Speaking of, is there a place where I could acquire maybe a collar or something for it?
I mean, there's a leather worker. He does not much call for it now, but he does a little bit of tacking for horses and stuff. She could probably trim some down, yeah. That'll be...
Oh, I'll go speak to him about that.
Oh, the fuck is that guy's name? Fucking halflings. What was it again, Bob? Six across. Let's see now. He was Gerald Tanhammer, that was it. Oh, fuck, you don't even need his name. He was up by the, over on the east side. You can tell his shop, he's the only fucking tanner around.
Alright, the tanner on the east side. Got it.
Just follow
I'll
your
stop
nose.
by. Oh, yeah.
So, alright, that's the score there. Any questions? You can ask any of us helpful bunch if we're not busy with the Red Guard. Actually, let's see here. Mulgern? Roll me an intelligence check. I know you look forward to these.
Yeah, I totally do.
As you look them over, you're checking their gear, their stance, and whatever. Instead of the basic bullies and thugs that you'd met before in Phandalin, these look like your kind. I mean, there are some dwarfs among them, but mainly it's the fact that these guys have some training, some experience. They look like they were mercs. I mean, he did say they were mercs as well, but they look like they're an established company instead of just a batch of wanderers. Possibly respectable, but also mercenaries, as you know, are people who will do whatever it is for money.
Okay, I head off with the cart, and as soon as it's tucked away with the rest of it, I start pulling out my forging kit to make up some papers.
As you're just doing this among the hay?
In the back of the cart.
Oh, in the back of the cart,
Seeing as
yeah. There's the awning and all to keep you shielded and whatnot.
I go
Drew-
up to one of the guards and ask, so, what are the news coming from? Have you heard anything from the direction of Raxis?
I mean, you hear a lot from these bunch, plus there was ourselves too. What was happening is about 2 months ago? Yeah, it was about 2 months ago. They were trying to close the border walls. There's this big one on the east side. Didn't really work, folks. They were pulling out. Oh, fuck it. How much do you know of the place anyway?
Not a whole lot, unfortunately.
Right. Well, there was this big barney between the big rich noble bloods, the Azales, and then the Cerules, who were like the thinner blue bloods, like the purple bloods sort of thing. Some of the nice common folk managed to get a place there. Anyway, they're having a scrap right now. The Cerules establish themselves in the city. Raxis has this big castle city, and then there's the castle further on ahead. That's where the Azale Knights hold up, but they also have sort of a run of the land because there's there's the border fortresses, there's the coastal fortress. There's I think a few are actually in the All Saints Temple in the old drip place. It used to be like a elemental temple, but fucking no one goes there anymore. But it's still really well built. Let's see. So yeah, there was a few like little farming villages all, but they were all abandoned as we started to fucking run out of there. Cause I mean, the moment war happens in a town, the merchants get right nervous and they start bolting, and they paid us a good chunk to get them out of there. So we headed we headed further west, and we got to the big border wall, and there was some Azale there, but mostly Cerule ones are wanting to just close the fucking gate and sort of, just lock things down for a bit, because, hey, who wants to rule a kingdom if there's no servants?
True.
Luckily, they were busy getting into a scrap with each other. Apparently, they, what was it again? They lost the head. That was the thing. Like, the head of the Cerules, I don't know who that fucking is, though. Probably some pompous fucker. But anyway, they got snatched. And then, of course, it's all petty differences between nobles. You know what they're like? They're fucking backbiters and infighters. One's cousin will stab the other's brother so they can get one point up on the throne. Anyway, we managed to get ourselves out, and then we kept on traveling, and then we holed up here. Oh, but, yeah, it all got kicked off when the king died. That was the one big thing we heard about.
Any rumors about how the king died?
I heard a lot of stuff. The big one was that the head of the Azales now, he's a proper bloke, him. Big fucker, glorious armor and all. People are saying, like, there's big portraits of him all about town. They said he fought him one-on-one. Just demanded he be king. Some are saying he was poisoned. I know a couple like to talk about the fact there's a dragon in there. And it just fucking ate the king. Like, it was the big protector, and then it renegade. It betrayed them. Yeah, it went against them. And then what was the best one? What was the one that Geordie boy said? That's right. He said he was killed by orc assassins. Because that was another thing as well. That happened. We heard word of that just as we were leaving. But a big orc horde was seen. So, good fucking job we got out of there.
Alright, well, thank you very much.
Oh, sure. It's always fun to talk about. It's about the only news we get here. Right now, it's just, the turnips are wilting and the potatoes aren't getting very hardy. Get yourself sorted. We'll have fun, and hopefully you can solve our problems, because we're stuck watching a bunch of farmers, refugees, merchants without a store, and a lot of fucking petty nobles, those shitheads. Don't know the price of a mound of beans.
Yes, well, I shall inform my colleagues. Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good one. And back on patrol he goes. So you have the full avenues of a town ahead of you.
So, Yeah, I probably should have asked it before, but is there anything that looks like well, I guess we'll find out soon enough.
No, if you want to ask, go ahead.
Something that looks like the mayor's mayoral building, or like what looks like one of the most official buildings.
Oh, yeah. He'll point that out and say, yeah, that's where our boss is. He does appointments, though. So you can't just walk on in, it's a bit busy. But yeah, if you just look down there, you can just about see past that little bit there. That's the bakery, and then the candle maker, and then you can see above their roof is that sort of like knobbly, rounded tower bit. Yeah, it's sort of made of wood and all, but that's sort of a chief's place. It used to be old family place. Like what was it? What was that boy called? Elgist. It was like a big legacy thing that his family ran, but he was the only one left, so we asked him if we could make use of it, and he agreed, and we're making use of it. They don't really have like mayors or anything in this sort of place. But
Do you know if they have any kind of library or archive here, or is that in the same building?
Probably your best bet there, actually. I mean, the boss himself came with a bunch of books. You're not going to find... Well, there's a few fun ones sitting about, but you're not going to find a store for it, not here. I mean, there might be a few of these saps about who will be willing to part with some coin. But they'll probably just try to rope you in for more escort duty and send you right back to the west. Because the problem is we can't keep an eye on all these sorts, so we're sort of pinned down here.
Yeah, understandable. Alright, well, I shall not take any more of your time. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one. I'll see you in a few hours.
Okay,
And
that's
yeah.
about what I had for now.
And yeah,
Just
Well, I'm
follow
making
the
up
card.
3 sets of travel papers, or at least identification type papers.
the town is bustling, but most of the activity is all in the center of just... There's a lot of despondent wandering around, and a lot of it. There's people of all various kinds of states of clothing, and they walk out a bit. Sometimes they look around, they go back inside their tents. Anything from Castalia or Malgern?
Not much. I don't like the look of this.
Going to the recommended inn to secure us rooms.
Yeah, I'm going to be acquiring a little bit of extra gold from the shared coffers to make sure that Mr. Pufflesworth can get himself preferably a harness.
Did the halfling, by the way, remember to take his dead animals off our card?
Yeah. While you guys were talking, him and a bunch just lifted him off and walked away.
Oh, okay.
He did not really want to spend much time with you, considering even after this, you still never asked his name.
But he did.
He's not wrong.
Well,
but...
he wasn't quite polite.
Yeah.
So let's see.
So
Let's go with
I'll
Castalia
take some
first.
gold. Yeah.
So yeah, you get to the kilt and stirrup. It's kind of interesting, at least. It's very halfling in design. It's got the big rounded door. It's got all the nice soft curves of the building. But it's all proper human sized. It's almost a little daunting. It's just the door looks like this huge bottom of a cask. As you push it open, it smells like you've walked into one. There's a lot of fumes. A lot of booze, and a lot of it seems to be on the front desk, as there's just a mound of tankards. Some stacked, some just piled together. And behind it you can see sort of, a mousy-haired halfling woman standing on a little extra wooden shelf she put behind it. Ah, good day. You're looking like a different sort of bunch than we've had before.
Yes, we've just arrived on our way passing through. Might we secure some rooms for the evening?
I mean, one evening, I've only got the one left. See, a bunch of Red Hood fellows, and then, I try to do my part for the people staying here. So few have got enough coin to manage it. How many of you are you having?
Six.
6. I could shuffle some people around, give you a bigger room, but it's still going to be just the one. It'll have a bath, though.
That will likely suffice.
Yeah. Alright then, that'll be... I'm always bad at these conversions rates. Ah! She just looks away and calls off to some bit. You can see on the right, that's where the main bar is. And it's just swirling with so many halflings, a bunch of humans, and 1 or 2 dwarves, not many. But you can see at the very end of it, sitting on the actual big stone hearth of the fireplace is just roaring, is a completely fucking sloshed halfling. He is old, he is wizened. He's grown quite an impressive set of mutton chops, to the point where you can't see his ears. It just seems to extend outwards like a lion's mane, joining with his hair. Aye! What do you need? How much is it for a fancy one? That'll be 40 gold. There you go, 40 gold. Yes, no?
I don't know if it's good or bad. I have no frame of reference. Is 40 gold good or bad?
40 gold is a lot.
Yeah.
It is, but it's sort of, what's they call it, supply and demand. I've got the one room, and I'm having to shuffle people around just so you can get a bigger one.
For that, I will need to confer with my group.
It's alright, but don't leave it
That
too long.
is quite a bit.
Don't go leaving it too long, though.
Oh, no. Do not shuffle anyone around until you have a definite answer.
Oh, of course not, no. Don't worry about that. But we can always offer you a table. That bit doesn't come with a down payment.
Then yes, reserve one table. That would be very helpful.
Alright, don't expect it to stay too long, though. It's about the only thing we can do
I
right now
understand.
until we get the harvest in the morning.
I understand. I will inform my group, and we shall return shortly, if possible.
You can tell from that bit she's not trying to grind you down or anything, she's just smiling and saying, well, they're fucking bawdy people to get drunk. It's hard to say this is reserved.
Well, do take care. I turn with a soft wave and go to find the rest to
Would you
inform them.
look at that? She's got a tail and all. I thought it were just the horns. Alright, so you just gonna stand there outside, or...
No, I go to look for the rest of the group to tell them, we're going to have to share a room and it's going to be pretty damn expensive.
Okay.
Well, how much is expensive?
40 gold.
I just take 40 gold out of my pocket and just throw it to her. I'm not sleeping outside.
Well, that works.
I just kind of shrug. I'm going to go to the tannery.
I just return the shrug and walk back to the inn to get the room.
Oh, that was quick. So, did you have a word then? I mean, you probably didn't have time for more than a word. I know for a fact he pulled it from the party funds as well.
No, that was from my own pocket.
Oh,
I was checking. I checked the treasury. I was like, that son of a bitch just take it off the top, but he.
Nope.
No, he did not. It is still the same.
I placed the 40 gold on the countertop and said, one of them was pretty damn determined to have a room.
well, it's no surprise. Our place is famous around this town, but it's a great place. You'll love it. You'll get a nice peaceful night, and we do change the water every couple of hours. So she hops down for a moment. She actually disappears behind the counter completely. You can see bits of her head bobbing between the different tankards for a moment, then returns with this big, heavy, wooden carved key. There you go, that'll get you in. Don't go losing it now, otherwise it'll take a couple of hours to carve a new one.
I nod, taking the key and placing it in my pouch. Which room is it, so I may go take a look?
Oh, it's easy enough. We've got 3 floors here, so you just go right to the top one, and it's basically the one that takes up that floor.
Ah, wonderful. That will certainly fit his needs.
Ooh, a man of yours?
No. I march up the stairs
She
and
gives you
go
a
into the
grin,
room
but
to
she
take a
obviously
look.
doesn't believe it, but she just watches you leave. Yeah, as you hop on up, you can see there's... On the first floor, there's a lot of the doors packed together. There's not much space in those rooms, but you hear a lot of voices. There's a few sobs as well. There's some raised voices, shouts, and then some people are just sort of murmuring as if they've already gotten pissed this early on. Second floor, the doors are a bit sparser, rooms obviously a bit wider. And then, as you get up to the third one, it's absolutely clean and pristine. The wood is perfectly varnished and finished. And as you get to the top of the stairs, you just see the door in front of you. Once again,
Right.
it's number one, it looks like the bottom of a cask. Yeah, you roll it open, and it's quite splendid. It's a place, you haven't stayed in a place this fancy before, which is strange considering it's a rustic village. But yeah, it's just like basically it's the entire attic of the place, but it's been beautifully done up. It is still sort of rustic crafts. There's lots of very fine woodwork. All of the rafters have been engraved, and you can see the wood grain in them, lovely brought out. There's many elk horn things. There's many deer horns. There's pelts draped on various bits of furniture. Everything is wood crafted, quite lovingly made, and all human sized. There is one small stool for a halfling though, which is probably for the cleaner to get around. And in the middle of the room, in this big open room, you can see the tin bath. It'll fit 2 people at a stretch on either side. But yeah, it's just sitting there with... There's no modesty screen, there's no curtain. And at the far end, there is a large... There's a large thin wooden shutter which leads out into the balcony.
Well, then I set my things down in the corner, go to the door, close it, lock it, and then go to rejoin the rest of the group. To tell them, yes, we got a room.
Well, Cornelius is right there in front of the place, still standing there.
Good. Good. Did you get the key?
I hold it up.
I hold my hand out.
Droop also holds his hand out just because he can.
I hand Cornelius the key.
Thank you.
Droop's a little
will be
disappointed and
honest
realized
mistake
it was a
number one.
smart call. Alright, let's jump to the tannery. Rain, give me a con save.
Oh dear. Da, 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 da.
it's as you're getting closer, you're noticing there's less and less houses. There's work areas, but there's no real residential as you keep going, and the stench is getting worse. You're able to sort of swallow it down, clench your teeth a bit, stop your eyes from burning as you find yourself at the right place. I actually forgot his name there in spur of a moment. Tanhammer, that was it. Gerald Tanhammer. And you can see him there. He's currently just dripping with horrible fluids. He must have fallen into one of his own chemical barrels.
Oh God.
Ooh.
It's pretty bad because he's using the simple thing, which is melted down brain. All those lovely oils and juices.
Oh dear.
But
Well, go on.
yeah, he's a sort of he's a wizened little halfling man. He's actually got a walking stick as he's pressing on, and the other hand is just grabbing some cowhide and just dabbing on himself to try and peel it off.
When I enter, I announce, "Hello."
Oh, hey, hello. Ah, nice young woman. What can I do for you here? Can I tan your hide? And the eyebrows, which are huge, wiggle.
No. I was told that you might be the man who'd be able to help me with something.
Ah,
I
don't you?
kind of nod. I nod at Mr. Pufflesworth. My pufflet needs a harness.
Those are some words you said, and that's you know that's an owl bear, right?
Yes, I am.
Like that's
very
not a
aware-
dog.
Yes, it's an owl bear.
Yeah.
I'm very much aware.
Good, because that is an owl bear. It's not a dog. It's not a horse either. It's an owl bear.
Yes, it is a baby owl bear.
I'm gonna charge extra.
I figured he is kind of not quite standard with size, but he does need a harness and a leash.
Right. He looks you over for a moment, mainly at the arms. Right. You think that's gonna be enough? I could make a cage. I couldn't. But I could get my boy to make a cage.
I think I need at least a harness and a leash, because when he's up in the caravan, I need to just be able to tie him down and take him out for walks.
Yeah, tying him down's a good idea. Right. He slowly approaches for a moment. Wait a minute. Have you trained the animal?
He's quite well behaved.
That's not what I'm asking.
Well, he's relatively new, but he rather likes me.
Before you finish, he tosses his tip measure at you. Right, then you can get the numbers I need.
Okay.
I'm gonna need around the way. Well, he basically just lists out all the various directions you need, so roll me animal handling.
Oh dear.
Because Pufflesworth is going to squirm,
Oh,
is going to be
no doubt.
bored, is going to be a pain. That's pretty good. You think you might have gotten it. You might have gotten maybe half an inch wrong or so on the shoulder, but he'll grow into it. It'll be fine. It does take about 20 minutes though, as you're just trying to keep it in one position long enough, because owlbears apparently are a bit like cats, very fluid. If they just want to give up, they can just melt. And it's making itself as much of a problem as it can, because hey, this is attention, this is fun. Gerald, for his part, he watches mostly amused from a distance. Surprised that you're not clawed horribly, but that was a good enough roll for it. Right. So, 4-point harness. I gotta make it padded too. Then leash reinforced, because, no offense, you don't look like you could really handle him if he wanted to go somewhere.
I have before, but mostly our assistant, who's much smaller, should be able to help hold him back.
Smaller one to hold him back. Right. You know, if they get bigger,
Yes.
they get terrifying.
Yes.
Right, as long as you're aware. I just want you to know your days are numbered. But, I can probably make this. Let's see. I've got some stock in the store. We were gonna fit up some hunting dogs, but then, well, you saw what came from the north, yeah?
We killed them.
Aye. That's been happening a bit, so that's why that hunting dog's not getting its armor. Yeah, I could fit it up, strip down a bit and all. Let's see, what'll that be? Custom charge and all. That'll be about 24 silver.
I can do that.
If you want to rush me, you can make it even 30. You might get it by the morning.
I'll go with the 30.
Good choice, good choice.
Good work makes good cost.
Aye. I mean, I never rush it to where it won't work for a long time. It'll be fine. It'll be fine and dandy. Until it bursts it, because it'll be a huge hulking monster. But till then, it'll work.
Quite. This is only for when he's a little one.
Yeah, that won't last long, I'm sure. Because that's an owl bear.
Yes, he is a very cute owl bear.
Right, the adjective didn't matter. Okay, well, should be ready for you by the morning. Probably
Thank
won't be
you
me at the
very
store, but you can just pick it up. Payment in advance, please.
Yep. And I pass over the silver.
Yeah, he's chuffed enough. Checks over it. Some new faces on these coins. Alright. See you tomorrow then.
All right, I'll see you. At which point I leave to go join the rest of the group, taking Pufflesworth with me. While I'm petting him and cooing at him, saying he's a good little boy.
Let's see here. Oh, nope. That's my fucking token folder. Don't want to show that off. Let's see. Yep, Pufflesworth is convinced he is a good boy. Alright, let's jump to Siegfried.
Yep.
You're spending most of the night forging these documents.
Yeah, one for me, one for
Yeah.
Cornelius, and one for Malgern.
I mean, I say that since they're only basic, like, you don't have to make anything too official looking. Probably only a couple of hours, but yeah. Give me 3 rolls on your forger's kit. Let's see, it'll be... I'll say dexterity based. Because you're not trying to be too... You're not having to make, like, the diploma from or the promise from a king or anything like that there. Just sort of, we are someone else.
How many rolls do you want? 3?
2 more, 1 for each one, basically.
I also want to make a note that when he mentioned he was going to forge papers, I suggested him an alias for me. Where is it? Shoot. Gotta love random name generators for dwarves. First page. They'll never know it was me.
Well, Siegfried, the one for yourself comes out well enough.
Yep.
You think that'll pass inspection? Cornelius's is fine. On the other hand, I mean, you just had to put in some basic info, but you kind of got some. You kind of got Malgern's weight incorrect. He would be less than a. He would weigh less than a gnome right now. I mean,
Okay.
It's a bit blaringly obvious. The main issue is, of course, that you scrolled him down as an elf.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't call him Droke by accident.
So I could actually see him putting that down as my name. He's like, oh, I'll just change a few letters, it'll be fine.
Also, you misspelled Malgorm, or Malgrom, so it just says Malgurn again.
E-tier Griffin.
And you have to scratch in an extra bit of ink to say Joravir.
So
You feel like, it's a little practice. I mean, he's gonna out himself anyway. He's not subtle.
would say that.
It might not matter. They might know us, but just a little bit of help.
Just for finishing touches, you add a mustache to the beard. Because you've realized, I mean, you've got a full-bodied mustache. Cornelius has a pretty good one for a fop. Malgurn doesn't have a proper one. He's just got that beard. Where's this man's sense of style? But yeah, you start getting a little bit carried away with Malgorms. Any other business?
Zazul's
Not for
going
me.
to wander around the shops and see if he can find an armor shop.
Actually, Zazul will probably be able to fight. It's a halfling town. He should be able to fight some pipeweed.
Ooh, this is a point as well.
Are you looking for an armor shop first off?
Yep, I'm just going to see if I can find some nice leather armor. Preferably studded.
Because nothing like a good old shopping trip to make the rest of the players bored. Let's see, equipment. So we'll rifle through this. Let's see here. They'll have up to scale mail, and they won't have any ring mail though. So they'll have padded, leather studded, hide, chain shirt, and scale.
Hello, shopkeeper. I'm new in town. Just wondering what your wares are like.
What the fuck are you? Are you?
I am Zanzu.
You a person?
Imagine
Oh, yes.
the music that's going on right now.
As much as you are.
I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
sure on that. You've got money though.
Yes.
All right, we can do business then. What do you need?
I'm looking to see studded leather armor, if possible.
Still a lever. I mean, it's pretty expensive. It'll be, as he looks you up and down for a minute. That'll be about. I mean, I've got to make alterations. You're a bit thinner than the rest of us, and there's the tail too. That is a tail, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good. About 47 gold, 2 copper.
Sounds reasonable. I think I can do that.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to get it anywhere else. Old
Yep.
Gerald, he doesn't do the full sets anymore.
Oh, why not?
He's too old. Says he gets bored working on a full set. He just prefers to do like straps and bits. We just think he's kinky now.
Oh, interesting. I think I shall avoid that area of town.
You probably should. People with whips and chains, well... Nah, never mind. Anyway, your money.
I hand over the 40, what was it, 47 and 2 copper?
Yep. He scoops it all up. Steps into a back room for a bit. When he walks out, he's got a halfling-sized suit of studded leather armor. It's It's pretty good craftsmanship. It's nothing mind-blowing or anything. It's functional. This is the sort of thing that a hunter would wear, before a spider descended on them. Or a bear clawed them apart. But he does help you into it. Yeah, that'll fit. I mean, you could make the adjustments yourself, come to think of it. So, yeah, I'll trim the price a bit, and he hands back the 2 copper.
Oh, thank you, good sir. I was wondering, do you know where one could find some pipeweed in town?
Oh, good old Backy. Don't know anyone that actually sells it now. You're the wrong sort of season for that. What was his name? Hey, Yosef, that's it. He's one of those. He's actually a human. He's really good at growing the shit, though. We think he's a druid, But he should be. He'll be at the Kilt and Stirrup, come to think of it. That's pretty much where you'll find him at any time of day.
Oh, thank you for that. Good day.
Yeah, thank you for not eating me.
I was never dream of eating someone such as you.
Good.
I head off back to the, was it the stirrup?
Is that a fucking wolf with him?
Yes, this is Wolf. This is Wolfgang.
No, that's what he's saying as you're
Wolfgang
walking away and he sees Wolfgang beside you. Alright, so you're back there. Anyone else doing something? I mean, it's the full range of a town. Any event is possible. Just give me an idea of what you want.
Well, after I've done my bits and pieces on the forging, I'll probably end up trying to get some rumours and gossip of the area that we're trying to head to.
I mean, most of what you hear is pretty much what you heard from the town guard himself. There's a few conflicting accounts, personal things. There's also give me an investigation. One thing you do pick up on is a very common theme, but the Cerule Knights have picked up a lot of mercenaries. Some of them not human. Or humanoid, I mean. There's quite a few monsters moving about the place as well. And a lot of the refugee camps just went silent. Like, people initially just moved out of a town. They camped down wherever they could for a night, and they never saw them again. You also know that the majority of the nobles in the castle town just locked themselves up. They've just got a gated community, they've put that up, the guards ready to stand and just not be involved whatsoever.
Okay, that's good to hear.
There's
Well, not
also,
good to hear,
let me
but at
see
least
here if I can grab his name.
something anyway.
Yep. Yeah, there we go. You also do let's see. Yeah, you do hear one or two things about the orcs, and you hear it's actually a tribe that have existed in the lands for quite a while, but they've never tried to make a move on the place due to an old agreement. But then recently they got a new leader, like in recent years. And best you can tell, he's called Grab Nadger the Choker.
Okay, make sure I attack him at range when I meet him. Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, and oh yeah, one more bit of information. You do manage to find the name of the leader of the current Cerule Knights, like the substitute one, is a man called Rennet Jordan. He's very the account you get of him, very romanticized sort of type. Noble hero, a lot of good PR work. Seems an upright type that's just doing this for Raxian pride and keeping Volif off the throne. Oh yeah, I suppose you would find out about this as well. You do find out that while the king's dead, no one knows what happened to the queen or the current princess, Brunhild Orlon Perestroika Raxis the Eighth.
What was the name again?
Brunhild Orlon Perestroika Raxis the Eighth. I'll put it in the chat for you. There we go.
Thank you.
This is why you know.
Actually doing.
This is why you know Cornelius isn't a proper noble. He's only got a couple of names. Where's your hyphens, man?
We are new money nobles. We're not old money.
Disgusting. So yeah, that's what you managed to find out. Unless you've got any directed questions.
No, it's fine. At least now we've actually got a name to who we're actually looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I enter the Kilt and Stirrup Inn and take a look around the common room and head over to the bar.
By yourself?
Oh, I don't think anyone else is here.
I'm not meaning that.
Oh, the wolf is following along.
Did you just
Hello,
see?
dear
Did you see
lady.
the little mousy-haired halfling woman? Yeah, hi.
Hello, dear lady. I've just arrived. I think my companions came in earlier and may have booked a room. I was just wondering, what do you have to drink around here? It's a little parched at the moment.
I am sorry. I'm just processing the fact that you talk.
It's fine. The wolf doesn't talk. That's also fine. So what do you have on the drinks list today?
We've got a lot of home brews. Everyone bring
Can you recommend any?
for a person, yeah. No, sorry, it's a service industry. Sorry. We've got the bent knee. That's a good one. It's nice and mild, that one. There's the hairy knuckle. That's a rougher one for the tougher lads. Let's see now. Actually, they've drunk most of the cast. We gave a lot to the people out camping, so you know. Oh, we actually got a thing of Morden's Curl. Apparently that's a real rare treat. But there was this this dwarf merchant, he sold it to us for a steal. It's only 10 gold.
I think I'll try one of the bent knee, thank you very much.
Oh, that's fair enough, yeah. Are you with the Ravishing Redskinner?
You mean the tall one with the horns?
Yeah. Don't know what you call them.
I believe Tiefling's the name.
Are there a lot of them out the west?
No, they seem to be very rare, but they are around.
Oh.
Has your family run this inn for long?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you go back my dad, my mom, grandma, had 2 grand aunties that did it too. Yeah, we've ran this for a good few centuries. Not since the town was established. No, we used to run a place further south. Mid darkens a little bit on her face.
Oh, what's to?
Well, the
What's happened
south
to
was
the
where we
south?
used to have our actual shire. We used to live there, you know. And then it's a swampland now because these things. What was it again? Yeah. There were these gobos. I mean, fair enough. It was just like we had a lot of food, they didn't, so that's fine. We don't harbor any resentment, but it's just this heroine showed up. She claimed, and she had this whip. She had this magic too, and all of that just turned our place into a peat bog.
Oh, that is terrible.
Aye, my house sank. So did all the rest. I mean, we don't build high.
No, no. This is a sad story. I'm
Problem
sorry
is-
you brought that up.
Problem is, there's lots of nasty stuff that start hanging about there now. And it keeps
Yes,
spreading
I-
too. It's starting to get into the fields.
That is not good. This is bad news. Any
Aye,
idea
well-
of the cause of it?
I mean, we always thought it was her. She's like still there. You know,
After
like
all
how
these
them
years?
how you hear stories like how those hags make places terrible. We think she was one of them.
Oh dear.
I mean, we're never going down to check, but that's something for some other adventure, possibly a proper one to actually tackle. Not for
Yes,
some
maybe
crazy
one of
woman
the
with some
tall
weird
people.
magic that turned us into a fucking swamp.
I should have to confer with a friend of mine. Maybe he has an idea.
Oh, you confer as well. Do you do it as quick as she did?
Probably not.
I mean, she was a quick negotiator. Just in and out like that. The door had barely sat still.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yes. How much is the mug of bent knee?
oh, just a mug? I'll just be your free copper. Now,
Ah, excellent.
you're both house trained, yeah?
Yes, of course.
Good. Now, see, I'm alright with you coming in, sitting down, eating and whatnot, and staying for the night, but, nothing on the floor, please, for both of yous. Now, I say that just because
Yeah,
you've never had a bent knee before,
Okay.
so don't go too wild, especially not in the wood.
Okay. Not a problem.
That warning goes to if your mates have or anything else like you.
Ah, there may be one more. Yes.
Alright, have a good time then.
Or two.
The music won't
Thank
stop.
you so much.
The music won't stop until the sun comes back up again.
Oh, excellent. I look around the common room to see where the biggest cloud of pipe smoke is.
It is impenetrable. There is one corner
Aha.
which is just a smoke cloud.
Most excellent. I
You
take
can
my
s-
drink and head in that direction.
You're able to just about see like several pairs of feet just coming out of the bottom of the cloud. But that's about it.
I sit down at the table. Hello,
Think it-
sirs.
I think I heard someone, John. Oh. Ah. Yeah, that is someone new. He doesn't have a pipe though.
Hey. I reach into my bag and grab my pipe.
He's got a pipe now.
Aye.
Guess he can sit
The
down
packet.
then. He's already sitting down. I guess he can stay sitting then.
Yes, this is for the best. And I was wondering where around this place I could acquire some pipeweed.
I mean, there's our pipes before we let them. No, you need a new supply, do you?
Yes, I'm running low on pipeweed at the moment. This is a terrible fate.
It's a good flavor. We can give you a regional blend. We'd actually try to mix it with some of the swamp water for an extra bit of kick.
How did that work out?
I mean, not bad. It's a bugger to fucking light the first few times.
Ah,
It's a little bit sour too, but in a nice way.
okay.
Does he want some
I
pipe
have
weed?
some-
Shh, quiet, John. You were saying, mate?
Also, do you know much of the mushrooms around this area?
Really, mate? Oh. I mean, we just don't think they're fun.
Okay.
Shit, fun guy. I was meant to say fun guy. Oh, I bollocks it up again. You've done that 6 or 7 times now. Shut the fuck up, Mike. Let's see now.
I'll bring out one of the interesting mushrooms I found and show it to him. Is this one, shall we say, safe to consume?
Ah. Trying to think if I've seen one of them before. Usually I see them only in a pot. Hey Terry, bring your head in through the cloud for a bit. You see this big. Again, there's a trend of all these guys. They're quite wizened, and this guy's got a nose like a hawk, and he's got a chin that's coming to meet it. Very angular, very drawn back. Right. Don't eat that one. Don't smoke it either. You'll fuck yourself right up, and I mean to death.
Yeah, okay, I shall leave these alone then.
Yeah, best to... Shit, you can't burn it. I think you can drown it. That's about it. But yeah, don't fucking eat that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. As he slowly leans back and you just see his face get obscured by the thickening cloud. But yeah, if you need to refill your pipe, I can do that for you.
Oh, that would be very good. Excellent. Thank you.
I mean, for a fee.
How much?
Let's see now. How much are you looking to get?
Maybe one fill and maybe a spare for another time at the moment.
Oh, I'll do you better than that. Do you better than that. Give you a week's worth.
Oh, excellent. Thank you so much.
That'll be about... I don't really need... Trying to think what I even need the money for, but I'm sure I'll work something out. That'll be... Yeah, about 20 silver will do it.
Oh, excellent.
As you're sorting out the coins, he just dumps this... It's like a football-sized cloth bag. There you go, that should get you through a week.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, sir.
To you, it looks like a year's supply.
I was imagining that, yes.
But you never know, you get snackish sometimes, and not always for food. Besides, now you can share.
Yeah. I carefully store the mushroom away, and take the and fill my pipe. Light up and take a small drag.
Guys, you've got to lean in and wash this. He's got no lips, but he can still work a pipe. That's fucking amazing. You able to do shapes as well?
No. I try and blow a smoke ring. It doesn't work well. And I just lean over and pat the wolf on the head.
Ah, you got yourself a dog. Let's see now. I think I can do this. There's a bit of a drawback of breath, and then the shorter halfling just puffs it forward, and the smoke cloud for a very faint moment takes on a very loose shape of a wolf. It doesn't really have the longer limbs, but it's got sort of a rough chew body, a bit of point of a face.
Most excellent. I wish I could do that, but without the lips, it's just a touch hard.
Well, you could always cheat, learn a bit of illusion magic.
Maybe someday, but for now, I'll work with what I have.
Yeah, it's not too hard though. Especially after a good old piping. And while he's currently in a fucking Dutch oven. Unless anyone got any other pressing business?
No, I'm just gonna go back to the room.
A drink and a nap. 'Cause everything hurts.
And I think we'll call it a session for the night.
Okay, because I was about to say, and you go out to the room and you realize you can't get in because you don't have the key.
There's that too.
I'll find who has the key. It's more specific.
The man
Hey.
inside the room.
It worked on Windows. Maybe it'll work on this door.
Meanwhile, someone looks down the menu and says, "A whole fucking ham?"
I think they gotta need some context, Corvus, as you're
Nope.
the only one keen.
No context. But yeah, that's it for the night.
Whatsoever.
D&D will return next week. And currently we're in a nice little situation here. There's opportunities, there's things I can plan for. And there's social hijinks. Hope you all had fun listening. Hope you all had fun playing.
Yep.
And that'll do for the evening.
Of course.